What up?
What up? What's good?
Anyhow, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the show. I'm joined by Axel Droga. You can find him at Axel Droga52 over on Twitter. This is his second account. His first account got shut down by Twitter's for various reasons that we will not talk about.
We won't get into that.
We won't get into that. We won't.
Man, the Twitter powers,
the powers that be felt it was best for him to start a new account, and so that's what he did. And I'm also joined by this guy right over here, Mr. ACS from the ACS universe. What's up, man?
AKA The Rock.
AKA The Rock. AKA Black Adam.
Don't connect me with that fool right now. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Okay, we are going to talk about Black Adam and The Rock in a little bit, but it feels like lately he just kind of needs to like chill out. I feel like his ego is starting to get in the way. When before it was all passion, and now it's like it seems like it's becoming ego because
it's about power. It's about love. I'm sorry, I'm not going to get that. And then on Anthony, you know the lyrics.
And coming in right now is also another host of the show, Mr. Ryan Zebra.
Why did you say that name?
Hey, what's going on, man? How's it going?
What's up going on, guys? How's it going? How are you today?
Okay, we have the foreign version of Ryan. Ryan, you want to go ahead and turn your lights on? It looks rather dark in your house.
You don't make Anthony turn his lights on.
He doesn't have lights. He has regulars. They're on.
Right,
yeah. Wow.
Hey, there we go.
Let's go. All right, we're on the air, guys. Let's go. It's time to get into it. First order of business. Breaking news.
I don't have anything set up yet.
Oh,
so
okay.
I
was trying to set you up
part.
and you knock him down.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so well, here we go, guys. Let's go to our first topic of the day. It's a good topic. It's a movie that we all love. Let's go to right now. Top Gun is roughly $5 million away from dethroning Marvel's Avengers: Infinity War as the 6th highest grossing movie in domestic box office history. Fuck yes, yes.
You chop it up.
Mess up, because you know what? Yeah, movie is badass. Am I doing that right now?
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, so fuck yeah.
Go ahead.
It's about time that Top Gun Maverick got its due, and it's a remarkable film, and I think everybody on the panel here thinks the same, and it's just a great film. It's a great film. Yeah. Best film of the year for me so far.
Better than the Batman?
Of course.
Yeah.
It was better than the Batman.
I already watched the Batman with my mom, and she fell asleep.
Well, my mom probably.
You blame her? No, I don't.
My mom probably. I mean, yeah.
I watched the movie with Anthony's mom, and she fell asleep.
Yeah, there we go. Start with Anthony's mom. God damn.
I called her Mama ACS.
Mama ACS. Mama Axe Universe. My phone, when I tell Siri,
boy, you choppy up there,
man. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with your internet.
Sounded like the techno union.
Hold on. Is that any better?
Oh yeah, so much better.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I tell my phone. I tell Siri. I say, "Hey, Siri, call ACS Universe," and he goes, "Call it Axe Universe."
Yeah.
It doesn't say AC. I guess I have to put A.C.S, and then it'll say, "Okay."
Yeah, probably.
You're saying ACS. Let's go to the chat, shall we?
Nicotina.
Yeah. So Nicotina's already lagging. Now he's okay. So my internet lately it needs to get warmed up, which is kind of annoying. Hashtag Top Gun Maverick is a perfect film. I agree.
That's a new one. I haven't seen that one yet.
It's a slip of the finger is what it is. Different.
Yep.
I hope it gets its. I hope it gets this next, which it probably will. I'm sure to get the next $5 million, and it'll be.
Dude, it's such a good movie. Like it's so easy to watch it over and over again. I mean, not literally, but like I see it more than one time. Like it has so many. It's just such a well done movie, and it's like we were talking before. It has so many elements from other films that we've seen, but never done in this capacity with real fighter jets, and like it was actually done like instead of just being like a bunch of special effects jets flying around, it was actually real fighter pilots doing this. You know, that's just so cool about it.
Yeah.
It really feels like Star Wars, because like they're in the trench, but they actually did it in real life. It was just really cool. It was just fucking badass.
There was no Han Solo in this one.
No, there was no Han Solo.
There you go, Miles Teller. But no, I think
fantastic.
I think its performance at the box office since it's since it came out in May, I think it's been fire, and that just makes me more and more look forward to like when it comes out on physical media. I want to see those numbers, man. See how it stacks up, because I'm waiting for the 4K release date. Let me get that.
I agree. Far superior than the Batman. I would agree. Top Gun Maverick fucking blows away the Batman. And look, I like the Batman. I think it's a good movie, but I would rather go see Top Gun Maverick than go see the Batman.
It's a well put together movie for Batman. I mean, I've said this before, and whatever, I don't care. It's the Nolan trilogy, but just kind of done in the scope of Matt Reeves. I think it was a well-made film.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting sick of the ground.
Just not as exciting as you would want. Yeah. I think Nolan's Batman was a little bit more exciting.
I still to this day, and I know Anthony, you're a big fan of it, but still to this day, I can't get past this. I don't like his cowl. I don't like
it
either. It's fine.
Honestly, and I'm all about aesthetics. His costume doesn't really bother me that much. Like his costume I'm sorry, but
me a lot.
No, not
He's
Nolan.
got cargo pants on.
Bale's Batman
I like best.
for the last two are horrible. I think that
if
you compare Bale's in The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises versus Pattinson's, I think Pattinson's is better.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that. And plus too, like when you got to see Bale's costume in like full daylight, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was like, "Oh,
it was garbage." But Batman Begins is better than.
That's just dope.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry. It's just
Batman
even though it's there's an obviously the next shit is whatever, but no, that suit is just. The Batman Begins suit is scarier than the other two suits.
Oh yeah, so much intimidating. Yeah.
It's like less big tactical, and fucking, like less detail-y.
It's just details. It's scary, man. It's what you're supposed to do.
I think that the cowl is what I like the most about Batman Begins suit, is that he has a traditional Batman cowl, while like in the Dark Knight Dark Knight Rises and the Dark Knight. The new one
is robotic, right?
Yeah, I think you should go off camera because we can't.
No, but I'm saying like the cowl in Batman Begins is so much better than the cowl in the Dark Knight or the Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
The fact that it gets skinny around the neck, I don't really like that.
They were like, "Ooh, wow, we can have Batman turn his neck now or turn his head," and they chose functionality over aesthetic. And I'm like, dude, this is a fucking movie, dude. It's just supposed to, I mean, Keaton made that shit work. He was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they made him long conversations, which did not work because he had to hey.
We got David Zaslav in here saying, I would never cancel Top Gun. Great stream, gentlemen. Well, it's not over yet, but thank you for watching. But I mean, going back to the Batman, I don't know. It's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. I like the Batman, but it's a very slow burn, and a lot of people like that, and I'm not the biggest fan of that.
I fucking loved it.
Like I said, I thought it was a good movie,
but as far as what we're talking about right now, which one's better for this year? The Top Gun, hands down.
Top Gun is the film of the year. Right next to Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and so whoa. But the sooner we get that,
nothing holds a candle to Bullet Train.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
I've seen it.
I'm gonna go see it tonight.
I've seen it.
Is it good?
I'm gonna go see it in IMAX. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so not to ruin it for anybody, but the best aspect of Bullet Train is
I know he just spoiled it right now. At the end, when the characters
spoilers, is the character, the interaction between it's very reminiscent of like Pulp Fiction, in that it looks like it is bullshitting, right? And I like that. But then, and the story kind of like in the third act, they're just like, fuck, forget it. So it just
Really?
it goes way out there. It gets nuts. And yes, there's a cameo that just makes no fucking difference, and it's just out of the blue.
All right, so real quick, I just put a poll in the chat. Which is the better cowl? Pattinson,
Oh, come
Batman
on.
Begins,
You already know what the answer to that
Affleck, or
is.
Keaton?
You
The best cowl?
Yeah,
The best
Batfleck,
cowl.
man.
Come on, yeah, Batfleck, man. Come on.
No,
Now.
no,
You
no, you guys
never know.
don't know.
You got fans who are fans of Pattinson's cowl.
I
or
mean,
Keaton's
yeah,
cowl.
yeah, but even the fans of Pattinson,
Jay
if they
Casale?
say who?
Jay Casale,
Who's that?
Also known as Andrew Casale, he would vote for Keaton.
How do we know that? Did we get the birth certificate?
The birth
But
certificate.
you guys are forgetting the
don't know.
Gotham Knights
Catch a
Batcowl from the
popsicle.
trailer. From that trailer.
That's a
Nah. The Batfleck's like even from BBS, his cowl is absolutely incredible. It's
texture on it is
Yep.
His
is
suit is
amazing.
impeccable.
the
It is.
ears just being like short.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
clean.
yeah.
It's
I
clean.
mean,
I'm not a
That's
fan
all
of the
what you're
BBS
saying is-
Justice League one.
BVS Batcowl is the best. Justice
it's-
League, get out of here. All this other
yeah,
shit.
yeah. The
BBS
BBS
is
Batman
the
cowl it's clean as fuck too. It's like a real
Oh, yeah.
clean design. Like
No.
That's Ryan's favorite right there. He loved that one.
Look
He
at
loves
the
the belt.
mouth. He's like,
Yeah.
It looks so tiny. It's like a square.
It
Yo,
is very tiny. Yeah.
Yo, here's the comparison
like,
between
I'm
those
a
two is I know Andre, you always talk about how open Batman's jawline is
Yeah,
and Pattinson's
yeah.
cowl. But then when you turn, this is the exact polar opposite. There's nothing. He can't even hardly talk. His mouth's covered like this. And
It's true. It is a very small mouth opening, but I felt like with Pattinson, like you could get him square on the jaw and like break his jaw if you wanted to. You know what I mean? Like it's not covered whatsoever.
no, because he fell off. He fell off a building, smacked into a bus,
Yeah, how
rolled
did he
along the
survive?
concrete, and
Had a
fine.
bomb blow up in front of his
He
face.
had a bomb blow up in his face. Didn't even have any.
I'm sorry, he should have died
car,
when the bomb blew up in his face.
Okay,
Yeah,
Batman
just
should've
no
died because
shards, nothing. He's fine.
Batman should not exist in comics anymore if that's the case. Like
yeah.
he's been through some shit that you're like, it doesn't matter what the suit looks like. That dude should be fucking dead. Yeah.
Let me see.
I'm-
I don't have a picture of Pattinson. Well, I have this one. This is kind of like an old thumbnail I think I was working on. But I mean, like,
Wow, what happened to his nose?
I don't know. But look at his
Ooh, that's
jaw. I
not
mean,
bad.
look at that. That's a lot of
This is it.
jaw.
I'm sorry. I know people are against the white eyes in live
see.
action, but
Oh shit! Hold on.
it looks better.
There it is.
Mm.
Well, they say his eyes
You know,
do
it's
a lot of
funny.
acting.
It's
Oh,
funny
hold on.
that
I gotta
the,
get something. I gotta get
how
I gotta
wide the
get
jaw
my
looks on
out.
this. You remember the scene in BBS where Superman pulls Batman's cowl off and he holds it in the air like this, like
Yeah.
right there. That the mouth looks that big. I don't know why it looks that big, but it just does.
It does. You're right.
But it's not like once
what
he
a
puts
great
it, yeah.
picture right there. Look at that.
What? Oh yeah, there
Oh,
it is.
That's a good one. Angry Nemo.
Angry
Nemo.
Nemo.
AC Nemo. What do you guys think? Oh, here we go. Quick question, guys. How do you fix Superman on film? Superman on TV has always been done well. On films, not quite ever since the Chris Reeve era, but that's just me. I mean, I would say Henry Cavill did a pretty good fucking job as the Man
I
of
think he
Steel.
did.
Although he did say I like Henry
Yeah,
Cavill as
I will
Superman,
say
but
he
we have
did.
not seen enough of him as Clark Kent in a film. What is that? What are you doing?
This is a
Is
back
that a-
cow.
Put
Is
it
that
on.
Arkham Knight.
No, I'm not gonna put it on. No.
Is it Arkham Knight? Is it the Arkham Knight?
Oh
cowl?
man! Oh no!
Yeah, it got ripped up a bit. I'm like,
Oh man, he must have ripped it off to kiss
Don't land
Catwoman.
on your head.
don't land on your head, motherfucker.
Oh, that's the one that Keaton ripped off and
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like you saw like his eyes without the makeup.
Oh,
No,
that
this
was
is
weird. Yeah.
This is one from like those animated films, like the New 52 ones. Like he's got like the
I do love that
huge
scene in Batman Returns because Christopher Walken's character is like, wait, that's Bruce Wayne. I can't do his accent at all, but it's like, wait a minute, Bruce Wayne is Batman? Like right there at the end, it's so funny.
Oh yeah.
It's
yeah.
like
Impeccable.
Yeah.
And then he gets
Catwoman's like,
electrocuted.
yeah, you fucking twit.
I
Like
actually
no
did.
shit.
Oh yeah, I got that popcorn
No
bucket
shit.
too. What? What's a popcorn
Yeah, it's a
bucket?
popcorn bucket.
Catch a
That's the one that
popsicle.
Joey sent Anthony.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Ball in the
Oh,
cup.
is that what that is? It's a popcorn bucket.
Mhm.
Yeah, check it out, man.
Oh, you should have
Yeah.
put it on. Oh, wait, no.
I
The
thought
top
I was
opens
gonna
up.
ask you to. Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying?
You eat his
That's how
brains.
small. That's how small Pattins's head is. He just.
Oh,
Dang. That's throwing
Pattinson
real
does.
shade right there, Anthony. That's throwing real shade.
Hell no.
That's real shade.
That was
Real
legit.
shade.
Man, I'm surprised they don't cancel. No, I'm joking.
So Anthony did make a cameo recently.
Oh no,
he
did?
stopped by a school
Yeah.
with a friend, and here it is, right there. There he is at the school with a
Oh
friend.
my God.
I like that. That's a
That's
good
gonna
one.
be his cameo.
yeah.
I saw this floating around. I just thought it was funny. I was like, oh,
Yeah. Somebody
God.
said this is him and fucking Black Adam too. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, okay, so talking about that, right? There was this tweet from IndieWire that come out, and let's go ahead and jump to that real quick. And right here, which is Dwayne Johnson fought to keep Black Adam out of Shazam to avoid doing a disservice to the character, right? And so it was kind of like, damn, dude, okay. And then he responded to it. He was like, 100% true. Actually, Anthony,
No,
you gotta
get
read this.
Anthony to read it.
Yeah, you gotta read it.
Okay. 100% true. Original script had both Black Adam, Shazam establishing their origin stories in one film. I fought hard for both characters, in parentheses, plus the JSA, to have their own standalone film for the fans to enjoy and protect Black Adam's ruthless and extremely violent tone as we build out the DCEU. Answered nothing.
Yeah. Well, he did say like, yeah, I did fight to
Oh, he's
have
being
his
honest
character.
about it,
Yeah, he's being honest about it. Okay, so
Yeah.
looking at this and seeing that he wanted him to have his own movie, like I get that, and I'm totally down with a Black Adam movie. Like, yeah, I want more characters, I want more, movies. But to me, like they did kind of hint at him in Shazam, and I wish
Yep.
they would have shown. They would actually have shown him or something more of or at least named
Yeah,
him.
I believe they should have done sort of what they did, kind of like in The Mummy Returns, where he's like, "I saw Vicente" or whatever, where you actually see him, right? And that would have been kind of dope. Like, okay,
I'm
he's-
back on camera. Here we go.
oh no, okay, streams
Oh, he's
down.
back.
Yeah.
Stream's over. Stream's over. Okay.
No, I think they. I mean, he's $7 production. They produced Shazam 1, and there he is in prison where he should be. But yeah, no. They did produce it. So, Anthony's is true.
What?
Did you guys see this? This is
no.
what Krypton
Oh yeah, I
is?
did see that.
Oh yes, yeah, that's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
play the music. I'm gonna get. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I was like, whoa. He's like coming out of the freaking building. Yeah, he's like,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm
Mhm.
gonna jack you up. I'm like,
That's
10
dope.
years younger.
That's dope.
That's what we need to get. But the powers that be are like, we can't even make this happen.
Don't know
Okay.
who Superman is. Who with it?
Thanks, Trey. If you guys haven't done so yet, check out Trey over at the Bat channel. They have a really cool channel over there. A lot of content on there. They recently just did a watch
Nice,
party of all
nice.
the Predator movies. It was really cool. So yeah, definitely check out Trey and subscribe to his channel. But no, I mean, look, again, I feel like Black Adam or The Rock is like, no, he deserves the movie. We're doing him a disservice. And like, I get that, but at the same time, it's kind of like the Black Adam is not, to me, is not that big of a character that even deserves his own movie until he's established in someone else's movie. That's how
You
I would
haven't
have done it.
earned that yet. Like nobody's.
I know what you're talking about,
Mhm.
but
What?
you know what? I do
Am I
agree
clear?
with-
Am I all droidy?
No, you're good.
Yeah, yeah.
But I do agree with The Rock, in this situation. I'm like,
Mhm.
you've got Shazam, you cast him, you've had, Black Adam for 13 years. So I think that The Rock is big enough to make his own film. If it was not The Rock and they just cast some rando, no, he's got to be introduced in some other film as a side, character or the main villain. And then, maybe if he's that popular, move, kind of like Loki, then create your own, spinoffs and all that. But I think that having them separate, it does sort of, allows, and that's the big thing. That's why I always recommend that game, the DC Universe game, is because it opens the door to a lot of characters that you really don't know.
That game
Like-
is so fun. Holy shit! I started playing that again recently.
Oh, it's a fun game. It's absolutely a fun game. And but the awesome thing about the game is that it kind of introduces you to the whole DC universe, heroes and villains, and you kind of get to see, who's. I never, yes, I saw in the comics, but I'd forgotten. I never knew that King Shark was a Superboy villain, and I didn't know who the hell
King Shark is a shark.
Yeah, King Shark is a shark.
Yay.
But it that's what they can do here.
What up, Prakash?
What's up, Prakash? Is
good?
that open up the universe and kind of let people explore who the fuck these other characters are, because all Warner Brothers has done in the past is Superman, Batman, maybe a little Wonder Woman here and there with
Right.
Linda Carter.
Mostly a lot more Harley Quinn.
Linda Carter.
A lot more Harley Quinn recently.
Mhm.
And
But even her, the problem is that everything with DC has been so disjointed. I mean, you have all these characters. You got Harley Quinn in the Birds of Prey movie. She's also in Suicide Squad, but
fine.
nothing really connects to each other. There's no concrete connection. There's like this loose connectivity, and that I'm sorry, like that's the terrible way of going about it. It's one thing if you are doing disconnected movies that are more like graphic novel types, or like they have deeper, even darker stories, or has a huger purpose. But these movies are just coming out, and it's just kind of like, what the fuck? Why did I watch this for?
And they keep hinting at like the larger universe. They keep hinting at Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and like in the end, you gotta in some time you have to address the connections. You gotta like show the characters like interacting more, like crossing over. You gotta show that instead of just goddamn fucking references nonstop.
The problem too is that like you're putting out a Black Adam movie in the midst of not even being able to establish your version of Superman, not even be able to establish your version of Batman, not even be able to establish the entire Justice League. Instead, the Justice League is actually fully established within Zack Snyder's Justice League, a movie that you didn't even release, and yet that fans had to fight for, and it later got a release on HBO Max and not in theaters. And I think anyone could tell you, the people who are fans of Snyder or not, that Zack Snyder's Justice League is a far better movie, and it helps develop and establish the characters of the.
What?
What?
Go on.
Oh,
It helps establish the characters.
It helps establish the characters in a much better way than what it was doing before. Because like in Justice League, it didn't do anything. Like it introduced those characters, but they were all basically like shells of themselves. You know what I mean? Like it was a very linear, or it was a very shallow way of introducing those characters.
We all agree. Justice League sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. It's a sucky movie.
Yeah, trash.
But what is this? What did you do here? Oh God.
Yeah.
We should probably say that for Thursday.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. No, but for me, me personally, like I was thinking about this shit yesterday. It's just that dude for me has lost a bit of bro, when he was coming into this whole shit a couple years ago, whatever, obviously we know the movie's been in the works for over a decade, things of that nature.
Yeah.
But when he came in, he was like, take no shorts. I am that fucking dude. And then that's why a couple weeks ago I got so mad when he put out the fucking post credits to Superman.
For the animated.
Because I'm like, wait a minute, you're that dude though. Why you got to do a stunt like this to get people to watch? Because you ain't that dude. Like you might want to fucking roll that shit back just a bit. You're not that guy right now when it comes to this thing that you stepped.
You got to earn that shit, man.
That
I'm sorry, but you got to earn that shit.
No one ever starts at the top of anything. You got to work yourself up with this shit.
No.
And
He has in certain instances when he came into the Fast and Furious franchise, like he fucking hit that shit. And look, the first couple times he was in the Fast and Furious franchise, he wasn't the star of the movie. And he made his way there. And then once it wasn't going to be like that, he's like, well, I just won't be in your motherfucking movie.
And I saw Calvin and Hobbes, and it wasn't that good.
Yeah, I like the paperback version of Calvin and Hobbes. I mean, it's a lot more fun, more whimsical.
Yeah.
But I think at the point when he got into this, when it really became serious for him, and they were like, all right, this movie's going to start filming this point in time. I think he saw the DCU at a certain point and thought that it was going to be something different.
He saw that the DC cinematic universe was in shambles.
Because
he was like, "Yo,
I'm talking about once the finalization of his movies coming out, like 5 or 6 years ago. Once it was not now, but like once when he finally realized, like whenever his contract ink was signed of, okay, we're doing Black Adam, and here's what's happening currently in the DCEU. I think he looked at that and thought that it could be something different than what Marvel's doing. They bring a dude in. Obviously, look, because Black Adam could be, if they play him up enough, could be a Thanos type villain because he's a dirty dude, man. We all know, we've read him before in the books and shit. We know the dude's a dirty guy.
That's what I'm saying, man. They need to go
be
full
a villain.
They need to go full villain with him. Give me this fucking Venom, like anti-hero bullshit.
Well, because he wants to be able to do other things. In some movies, I want to be a good guy, and sometimes I want to be a bad guy.
Look, that shit can come afterwards. But what I want to see in not his movie, but if he shows up, I want to see some poor soul come up to him asking for help, and he just melt him to the ground because he doesn't give a fuck, because that's Black Adam. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, I think when he first stepped into this, he thought it was going to be something different. Now we've seen what's transpired over the last 4 or 5 years. We've seen what happened to Zack Snyder's original movie. We've seen the Snyder Cut get released. We've seen all that shit. We've seen what happened to David Ayer's Suicide Squad. All of this stuff. We've seen all of this. And I think now that all of that stuff has passed and the fans are at like a boiling point type of level with stuff. You already saw how much the fans were at that level when they went to Comic-Con a few weeks ago and they were thinking they're going to see Henry. They didn't, and guess what they did? They were like, so what's good? They got
that dude, but he ain't that dude.
Yeah, they were like, no,
they were booing at him,
what's
and
good?
He had to be like Homelander and just take it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think he's realized this, it's not the same thing he signed on for, and now it's look, man, I'm gonna tell you, and I'll continue to say it. Him sharing that post-credit scene from Super Pets, and it's just an animated film. That's what it was.
The best part.
No, I hadn't seen that one yet neither. But I did see that the post-credit, and like I'm saying, is like he had for me personally, he was here, but releasing that desperately, that's like, well, hold up, bro. Do you still have this? If you're not on top notch like you were, then don't act like you're on top notch. Like, quit, chill. The movie's already filmed. They're probably still, even though it's supposed to come out in October, probably still going to reshoot something here and there just because there's panic mode going over there right now. So I just, when this thing came out where he was like, I got it. I do understand. However, if they had, just like we just been mentioning, if they had just put a little clip in there, not just the Black Adam, we said we did have a champion. He took advantage of his powers, and you see like a little starry little Black Adam float through the crowd, or the little graphic and shit.
Mm-hmm. What's up, here, Jason?
What up?
Yo, dude, yeah, what's good? What's good?
Just hey, yo. Funny just then.
I like self-criticism.
I know. Right now, as Anthony's wrestling with himself, I'm just letting him do it because it's very therapeutic. He needs to get this out so we can, because we're going to come
very therapeutic. Very therapeutic.
He's in his wheelhouse.
I ain't gonna tell you that's not. If it was me, I'd have been like, yo, yeah, that'd be cool if you put like a little 4 minutes, and you were like, yo, the previous champion, and you go way back and you see some Egyptian scenes with the pyramids and shit, and you see Black Adam actually doing some dirty shit back then, instead of just a little fly through character. That would have been
it was barely CG.
No,
and it was and the only way you knew it was The Rock is because you knew The Rock was
playing Black Adam
2003, or whatever, you know.
Yeah, so no. That's my whole complaint. But it's just, yo, dude, I don't think you're hitting like you were, man. And look, when it comes to other stuff, you probably still are. You know, he probably can make his appearances on WWE and all of that kind of shit,
Right,
man.
right.
But and he's still going to be a draw box office wise, and you know that's it. But right now, this wheelhouse that you're in, that you have to promote for a movie that comes out in just a few months, this is different, bro. This is way different. It's just
I think that's a question that we have to kind of ask ourselves: is The Rock big enough to bring in "quote unquote" $1 billion, or at least close to it? Is he big enough to do that? I mean, I'm gonna go see when it comes out.
I'm gonna say he can bring in $1 billion, but not in DC yet.
Well, and that's my problem with the whole Black Adam thing, is that it feels rushed. Because
they're just relying on The Rock himself, like to promote this movie. It's like
a lot of people have come out. A lot of people have come out and said, you know, and given criticism, rightfully so, is that in this movie, and this is sort of what I had a problem with, like Bruce Willis and everybody, is that he's The Rock. You know, he's The Rock in a Black Adam suit. You know, he doesn't have any hair. I don't care about the 20 years so much, but he's not immersed. He speaks with an American accent, yet he's Egyptian.
Yes.
You know, he's not really immersing. He's not, you know, I mean, and he's you know, he's done the WWE stuff, but he's been in films. He should have a craft now to where he's, you know, he should be able to do or be a little bit more dynamic, versatile, whatever, to really sell you on a performance, a character.
Right.
And that's what we're looking for as an audience. We're like, oh man, you know, you really got to sort of embody this character that you say that you've become.
Right, exactly.
I mean, that's like Henry Cavill speaking in a British accent, you know, or Tom Holland speaking in his British accent as Superman and Spider-Man, respectively.
Yeah. Right.
You know,
and
it's like,
and that's the thing too, is that why didn't he try to take on an accent? I mean, I don't want him to embarrass himself if he can't pull it off. But at the same time, he could have put hair on his head to match the character.
Like, put the prosthetics ears on. That's what they did for Namor.
There was that video clip that was going around for a while. It was from someone's YouTube video where the guy was like, you couldn't even be bothered to wear a wig and to really just take on the character. And so,
and that's what I was saying
about
like Bruce Willis. He was cue ball for a while. You know, he did have hair in Sin City, and I think that was it. He had hair in Die Hard. Looper? No, Die Hard. He went bald.
Die Hard Part 1. He had hair.
No, Part 1 was before he did cue ball.
Die Hard.
No. I know what you're saying, right?
That was back with Family Matters.
Later in his career,
he had white hair.
Yeah, later in his career, because he even had hair in the Sixth Sense. He had the hair in the Sixth Sense too. But this is, you're talking about like once you got.
He had hair in Fifth Element, you know. But that was early. That was early Bruce Willis. I'm talking about like even
that was like mid.
You're mid. So
that's mid. You're mid.
I don't think so. He's like,
I do.
Understand what you
I
mean
really
by
do.
that. He's like, it's inconceivable.
Do you guys think Warner Bros. Discovery will get rid of Warner Brothers Home Entertainment and Warner Archive and stop supporting physical media? I don't think so. I think that'll be a separate
mistake.
Yeah,
any of the studios out there, getting rid of physical media, stop supporting it. That's big time mistakes, bro. Big time.
Okay, so let's jump real quick to a new topic. Okay, so in fact, I'll just go ahead and drop some. This is breaking news. You know what? No, I can't call it breaking news because this is more. I feel like it's more fan theory. Okay, so
I mean, you are held liable for whatever you're gonna decide.
Okay. What I'm saying is, there's a guy out there by the name of Chris Wozniak who's been talking about this whole.
Why did you say that name?
Yeah, I should have said that. Yeah, Chris.
Why did you say that name?
And he's been making a comparison to a script that he gave to Michael Uslan. That's how he pronounced it. And he's saying that the movie The Batman was based off of the script or the story that he shared with Michael Uslan. I think Uslan sounds better. Uxus.
What?
So Michael Uslan is an executive over at Warner Brothers that has been attached to almost every single Batman property since the 80s. And Batman is his wheelhouse. He produces everything.
This is the interesting part. He says, "You mean the guy who embezzled fans $3 million on Indiegogo So there's this whole like Indiegogo thing that I have to kind of look further into. But let's take a look at this real quick. Okay, so he says that like they took beats from his movie, not like music, but story beats. Okay, and here is that chart he made. So in Wozniak's plot, it's Batman in his career, and this one is Batman at the beginning of his career.
Turn off your.
Yeah, you're just like.
Yeah.
I wonder if anyway. So it says criminal banking conglomerate, organized crime syndicate. You guys all turn your cameras off?
Oh yeah, sure, I can do that.
Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, we already did that.
You guys don't have to. It's not on your end. Okay.
Okay. Continue.
Okay.
Yep, go on. Back to you.
Community is Riddler's surrogate family. Orphanage is Riddler's surrogate family. Expose the truth about the afterlife. What? Unmask the truth about corrupt Gotham. I don't see how that's. I don't see the correlation there. Armageddon for everyone in the world. Judgment Day for everyone in Gotham. But see, this is his wording. It's not like this chart was put out. And you know what I mean? After his chart was put out,
He put this chart out.
He made this chart.
He made the chart.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if he made the chart, I don't understand it. But okay, go ahead.
And it says biblical global plague, the biblical flooding of Gotham.
I mean, you want to argue bullet points. This doesn't. I mean, I'm sorry. This is just. I can't really. You can't make a case, and nobody in the chat can really make a case for bullet points. Show me some similarities, and also, there's one definitive thing. I could care less about Indiegogo or any kind of bullshit like that. But was he commissioned to write a treatment? No. And under that,
it was written in like 1990 or something.
And if he wrote it then, and if he wrote it for Warner Brothers or DC, when he wrote it, was he employed by them? Is this their property? Is this something that they own that they can pull from? So.
Well, okay, so RJ has a good point here. He complains about Jim Gordon being the last honest cop in Gotham as plagiarism, but that's in multiple Batman stories, and that's true. Now, there was a comparison later on where he talks about how in his story, Barbara Gordon gets attacked by a firebomb sent by the Riddler. And he was saying that it's ironic that it happens in this movie. It's Barbara Gordon, who's not in this movie. It's Alfred who has it happen to him. I mean, there's some similarities I see, but I just don't. I don't know.
And like a lot of people, like a lot of dumbass Batfleck fans will say, "Oh, the Batman is copied Affleck's script." No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Well, and even if it had cherry picked some ideas because they weren't going forward with Batfleck, it's like, oh, okay, well, we have these concepts,
that
can be incorporated in Matt Reeves' film, and it doesn't mean that it can't be. It doesn't mean that Matt Reeves was like, I'm coming in and I'm making something 112% original, and no one else.
But that's what he said.
How does he talk?
He's like,
this is I talk like this. He talks
he's
like
like, this is an original story that I wrote myself.
It kind of looks like Ned Flanders.
That's what he sounds like. He's like, hey guys, how's it going on, Matt Reeves? Because he's very soft spoken.
Yeah. You're talking about Matt Reeves. Yeah.
He's very soft spoken.
So I mean, and Batman has been around for a while. So there's a lot of lore out there, a lot of similarities. I mean, hell, he took from the Long Halloween.
A bit of Clutch, a bit of. Yeah.
Okay,
and besides, let's not forget. Yeah, can I bring up something? Let's not forget that the character of Batman, like one of the creators, wasn't even credited for like 75 years or something. Bill Finger wasn't even credited for 75
That is
years.
true.
Until that documentary, Batman and Bill, where they fucking talked about shit and fuck and then like
they shit and fuck, yeah.
Yeah, they shit and fuck.
Whoa. Do we have confirmation?
Too big news. And then like Bob Kane was the guy who like he didn't even create all the stuff. Like he was credited as the drawer, as the artist when he wasn't. So he took a lot of ideas from him.
And I want you guys to make your decision on if this guy's full of shit or if he's legit or if it's bullshit. Okay, there we go. Here we go.
And not
very serious.
I don't know the way to say this, but that is why. So let me show you why. This is a list of every.
You guys hear that? Okay.
Difference.
No, it's very choppy, like when you're talking.
Yeah, it's like the techno union.
I don't know what's going on my internet, man.
You got KFC Wi-Fi.
You got you got some packet loss.
Unless you guys want to stream it, I mean, it's gonna have to be that way.
No thanks.
This is a list of what was actually represented in the film.
So you guys can't hear it at all.
It's worth your time.
I can hear a bit of it, but like you got, he's talking so quietly. It's like fucking hell.
Every difference has a direct one-to-one parallel counterpart in my plot that maintains an identical story function. Both stories, despite their differences, play out exactly the same. Same beats, same plot twists, same character motivations, same ending. And that is because these are not differences. These are rewrites. And in every instance, they fit into the exact same category. If you want to do a young reboot, everything has to take place in Gotham City. And once you account for that, there are no differences between the stories at all. None. This alone should be an enormous red flag to anyone that something is not right. And
So can you guys hear it, or is it just like gurgling?
I can hear it.
No, we can hear it. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
there are several other incidental scenes that also overlap. A clue from the Riddler that the answer to everything is where it all began. Bruce Wayne contemplates giving up the Wayne Foundation. The Riddler kills with poisons. A scene where Batman is fighting corrupt cops in a tight, dark hallway that is only lit by flashes of gunfire. A small faction of cops still loyal to Gordon that come to the rescue. The Riddler killing everyone off so he can start a new society with all of his people that were shunned. The Riddler explaining to Batman that he is part of the clues, and then getting upset with Batman for not being as smart as the Riddler thought he was. And although corruption in Gotham is a common trope, there has not been another story where there's complete systematic corruption, meaning everyone in government and law enforcement are all being paid off by a single source. There are even two scenes in the film that make absolutely no sense. The first is that people are firebombing a bank because it has no money. There is no mention of economic collapse anywhere in the rest of the film. The second is the mysterious green serum that appears and has nothing to do with the rest of the story. Now, there were only two storylines from my plot that were not adopted into the film. The first is that there's economic collapse in Gotham, specifically that the banks claim they have no money and the people riot against the banks. And the other storyline is that Batman has been slowly poisoned throughout the story. And during the final battle with the Riddler, Batman becomes completely incapacitated and is in need of the antidote. So even the two scenes that don't make sense in the film are perfectly explained by my plot because they're the two storylines from my plot that were not fully ported over. But now everything fits. Nothing's missing. And in fact, if you black out all the scenes that overlap with the 2020 film,
There are characters that could easily be added.
title,
Yeah.
small scene where Gordon has to let the Riddler go, and the word end. Now, remember that Uslan is holding my
He invented the word
and
end.
Reeves intends to make
Uslan.
a young reboot, and the film that they put out together is a plot point for plot point match, young reboot version of the story that I gave to Uslan.
I take somebody's idea, somebody's comic book, somebody's book or play or screenplay, and I use it as a blueprint. And then we build on that. We get the best director, the best writers, the best actors, and the best crew, and we put together a skyscraper.
Are we really expected to believe that this is all some grand coincidence when a much more realistic answer is staring us all in the face? They rewrote my story to be a young reboot. Now, at this point, I think that most reasonable people would conclude that Matt Reeves did not write a completely independent screenplay.
Okay, so now he's claiming that he didn't write a coherent screenplay. That he's basically saying that he took the script. So I don't know.
He wrote a treatment.
Yeah, he wrote a treatment, and he thinks that Michael Uslan took that and shared it with everybody else, and they shared.
And yeah, I mean, everything, look, I get it. RJ, you're really passionate about this for some reason, but if Warner Brothers owned it.
Okay, now he's going techno union armor.
Bruh. He's going
Yeah.
techno union.
You're going techno union.
Why? I'm not even.
The techno union.
Bro, there's an echo there.
If you're on Wi-Fi.
I mean, haven't you guys been hanging out with him a lot lately? The
I know
techno union?
Anthony works out with the guy, but no,
Yeah.
I mean, like, but Anthony, what's your take on this? I mean, do you think this guy really has a case that they took his story?
Look, that little chart that you put up with like this, like the two columns, man. Nah, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how that shit works. Like when it comes to that type of material. Coming across somebody's table. What? Yeah.
He was there. He was
a little guy then.
Yeah, he was a little guy.
This motherfucker looks like a coffee dispenser back there, bro.
No, but
yeah, that shit was fun as fuck, man.
It
But
was.
no, I don't know, man. It's some of the stuff seems like generalizations, and,
Yeah.
and some like there's like when I hear something like this, the first thing I look for is like really, really like ridiculously similar plot points and shit. And this one is I don't know, man. I don't know. It's I've never met the dude, so I couldn't tell you.
What?
You haven't met him yet?
Look, he had a hand in Black Adam. We know this.
And we know Dawson played a vigilante in Peacemaker. So
And no. Even worse, Dawson's the Riddler. So explain that. Come on.
Okay, can I just say-
it's a Will Smith film. We've all seen it.
All right, let's just say, can I just say that Paul Dano does not look like an actor. He looks like a person you'd see at the end of a movie that's based off a real story. Like they'd show the photo of the person.
Again, if you
looks like
took this from the 90s, if Uslan took it from the 90s, adapted it, pulled some, cherry picked some points.
Maybe
If
go
they
off
own
camera,
the
Ryan.
property.
Yeah, you should
Oh,
go
go.
off camera.
No, I'm just gonna leave the stream. I'm done. Is this any better?
What's that?
What?
Is this any better? No, same.
No, it's
Yeah, it sounds better.
yeah,
Much better.
All right. So what I'm saying is if Warner Brothers owns it, he doesn't have a leg to stand on. All he's trying to do, if he was under contract back in the 90s when he turned this in, then they own it outright. They're fine. I think what he's doing is he just wants to get some credit for contributing to the story that they created. Because, in this sort of cutthroat business, you're only as good as, what you've turned in or what your name is attached to. And if his name's not in the credits, then he can't make claim to anything. So I think that's the motivation. It's not to get money or anything like that. It's probably to get some sort of recognition for the contribution that he made 30 years ago or whatever.
Or whatever.
Yeah. And that's it is. To me it's not.
The Techno Union Army.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, it's really bad.
Really bad. Okay. Well, all right. Well, I'm gonna reset.
Here. But and he left. He got mad.
No, he said he's gonna reset, man. He's gonna reset all his shit.
I'm gonna have to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Well,
you sound good now, but whenever you get back on like video,
Yeah, whenever you show your face.
What about now?
good,
Not
good.
too bad.
Does it look choppy when I move? Does it?
No.
Okay.
I like Enchantress.
Look, he's all thinking his video got better as Ryan's got all messed up. And here we go. Here comes Allie. What's going on, Allie?
What's up,
Allie,
guys?
So Allie,
she came in as we were Enchantressing. We're like,
and then we're like,
Enchantress.
what up? We summoned her.
You summoned me.
So Allie, have you had a chance to see this video by Chris Wozniak, the guy who claims that his Batman script was taken and used in the Batman movie?
I think I might have seen something about it like a little while ago. I'm not sure if it's the same thing you're talking about. I did see something about a Batman script, and it says something about like a co-writer something. I don't know. It might be different. I don't know if it's the same thing I saw.
I like TW's response here. I think Chris Wozniak thinks he's right, and that's what it comes down to. Once you think you're right, I mean, then you're drinking your own Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? Like, no one's gonna change your mind because now you have it set. Like, hey, no, this is my script. He used it, and like, what the hell? So let's see. We go over to RJ says, I have no doubt that Wozniak thinks he's right and got his thing stolen. But it's a giant nothing burger, and him trying to get $3 million in the most ridiculous thing ever. So he has an Indiegogo account, and I think the he's trying to get up to $3 million. I don't think he's gotten close to it at all. I could be wrong, RJ. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that. But I mean, look, the guy's trying to make money off of this. No matter what, no matter how you look at it, he's trying to make money off of this. So, you know, in that sense, like if it really did happen to him, I could see why he's trying to get money, like, you know, for this. But I mean, at this point, I think it's kind of lame to do that. And it's like, you know, you've proven you've said your point. You're claiming that they stole you know, your script, your story. You know, we shouldn't be the ones who are forking out cash to pay you for it. That's just me. I just think it's kind of a low. It's a low thing to do, in my opinion.
Well, who is he trying to get money from?
From Warner Brothers, but they're not going to pay him. He says he's getting $3 million for daily life expenses, not even legal fees. He was trying to get money for a case. I understand, but he just wants money and people and thanks from people.
Like recognition that.
Well, thank you, Was.
Yeah, Was.
Like, and I said earlier, he was right.
He was right.
Yeah, he was. Like how they keep calling the Penguin Oz. Like, is this a connection? I think Snyder versus Restore.
Okay, so here's the next part of the video that we're gonna watch. Okay, let's take a look at this. All right.
Oh shit! I got
here we go.
today.
Every screenwriter in the world knows what character compositing is. It's when a character must be cut from a story. You give their scenes to another character who's going to stay in the story.
Can you guys hear that? Okay.
No.
Okay.
And that's it. In my plot, there's a scene where Barbara Gordon is home. She receives a riddle, which is booby-trapped as a firebomb. And Batman finds out via a phone call that he's too late to save her. Also in my plot is a scene with Alfred. He's home at Wayne Manor. He's handling a dinner tray. And the Riddler is there, hiding behind him in the shadows. The Riddler bludgeons him from behind, knocking him unconscious. And while he's down, strikes him over and over.
Wait, hold on. He was going to kill Alfred?
No, he said he knocks him out, but like, wait.
Bludgeons
No,
him
it said
over
bludgeons him over and over.
Yeah,
That's
over
death,
and
bro.
over. That's death. That's
Yeah, wait, what about
Sounds
like,
like die.
that's
and
murder,
Barbara
death, kill.
Gordon was going to die as well, bro?
Yeah, this is a rough story. I don't think I like his story, but anyway.
I don't
here we
like
go.
it. I don't think I like this.
No, I'm actually glad they didn't go with the story. I don't want Alfred to die. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
At least like that.
But it's okay
in the very
for the
beginning.
back, maybe. Yeah.
Well, I don't know how that would happen. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
how it
know.
played out because we never got a chance to see it. Okay, here we go.
And now, for the same exact reason as every other change, Barbara Gordon must be cut from the story. She's simply too old if they're doing a young reboot. Because this scene is specifically intended to
Why
intensify
was it flashing?
the emotional investment of Batman by attacking someone close to him, and to be the first indication that the Riddler knows Batman's identity. This scene can only go to someone in Batman's inner circle. It can't be Jim Gordon. Jim Gordon is solving the crime with Batman and doing a team up. So the only character that this scene can go to is Alfred. And Alfred's scene in the movie is exactly the scene that I wrote for Barbara Gordon. Right down to Batman finding out via a phone call that he's too late to save Alfred. And the scene that I wrote for Alfred, Alfred is not using that scene anymore. So it's given to the mayor. The mayor's scene in the film is the exact scene that I wrote for Alfred. Once again, Barbara Gordon is too old to appear in a young reboot. So the scene that I wrote for Barbara Gordon is given to Alfred. And because Alfred's scene is not being used, this scene is given to the mayor. What you just saw cannot be replicated with any other story in the world. And
I don't know about that. I mean, in the world? I mean, come on. But I see where he's getting it. I mean, Ryan, you being the former director of Star Wars: Rising Threat, I mean, I know that you told me that when you saw what do you call it, The Force Awakens, you
Force
saw
Awakens.
some of these same, you saw some of the same kind of things in comparison to your own story.
So yes, that was kind of weird, but I go back to that old saying is that there's nothing new under the sun. And even though I wrote mine back in 2001, and
Wow, you're old.
created the concepts, for Sith troopers and all that, and it was eerie to see it in the sequel trilogy, in the different places. So I was like, there's no way. But there's a way, because a lot of the people that were working on my project went on to work for LucasArts, went on to work for EA Entertainment, or E Electronics, and working in other facets of the industry. So word of mouth, I mean, there could have been somebody that worked with me that years later began working with JJ's team or whatever, and maybe they bounced around some ideas or whatever, that because I didn't actually complete my work, it was unfinished. So they were like, hey, here's an interesting idea that could be, can be reused that we haven't seen yet. And that could be the same situation here, is that he turned it into the knees. Like I was saying earlier, I don't know if anybody could hear, but I was like, he turned it in and he was working for them. And at the time he was contracted to work for them. They own the property. They can do whatever they want. I don't think he's looking for monetary compensation. I think he's looking for some sort of writing credit or something like that.
Well, he's trying to get monetary compensation from Indiegogo, but I mean, he met Michael Uslan at a convention, and he came
like
over. What? Like the Big Lick. Like the Big Lick, yeah. And so he asked me, he said, "Hi, how are you?" He goes, "Hi." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, here, let me give you my card because I'm always looking for a good story." And he goes, "Okay." And then later on, he realized who he was talking to, and then he emailed him this looks like a treatment, I think is what it is, or a script. And
a treatment is sort of a basic synopsis or story before, and it can include dialogue, but it comes before you get into screenplay and script stage. So
right, and so he sent it over, and he never heard back from Michael Uslan ever again. And then he saw the movie, and he was like, "Wait a minute, that's my fucking story." So I mean, it wasn't as if Uslan said, "Oh, hey, thanks for the story. I'll take a look at it. We'll go from there."
30 years later.
30 years later, they're like, "Hey, you know what? I got this script laying around. I don't know where I got it from."
And it's possibly they did that because of the whole debacle with Ben Affleck. They lost out on Ben Affleck. They were like, "Well, what do we do?" They turned to Michael, and he's like, "I've been doing this shit for fucking 30 years. In fact, I've got some ideas here." So they took from the comics. They took from.
It's funny you should ask.
I got a box full of script.
Enough. And I got Michael Keaton on speed dial if you ever need him.
Yeah, he's like, "Look, I got all these scripts in a box. I got several boxes. These low life sent me these. Let's just go through these." Oh, okay, yeah. Here, everyone take one. You know what I mean?
Here's one from DJW.
Oh. DJ Dawson, we
wired.
Still don't know how to say his name.
We're not gonna use it anyway. Fuck him.
No, I'm joking. We love Dawson. We're just fucking.
Yeah, we're just fucking with them.
We know We know he's watching. He's just not on because we don't.
He's
have
like,
a lot of people watching.
Hey.
So I mean, like I see the comparisons, and I see how he could, connect the dots with all this, but I mean, I don't know. It just seems like
too much of a reach.
It does seem a bit of a reach. I know RJ is very passionate. He goes way back to 2007 or something. Is sending a vague idea of a story to an exec is not how you do stuff like at all. You don't send a producer your pitch for a story in an email.
But okay. A
lot of 2007.
A lot of people submit things, artwork, or synopsis, or stories, full out stories, and because they're trying to break into the fucking industry and they don't have access. And a lot of this stuff is who and he actually had an in, but the in Uslan didn't fucking take him up on his offer. He just kind of tossed him away like I was saying with all the other people that email him, scripts and whatever. And it's probably not uncommon for a lot of people to get, stuff from,
the techno union army.
Well,
you sounded so bad.
Can you fix your echo?
Yeah, I can.
The techno union army.
Just turn off your camera.
I didn't fix your echo.
Yeah, just turn it off.
I didn't do anything last time. Oh, okay, whatever.
Don't get mad. We want to hear what you have to say. That's why.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like I see these story beats, but I'm not convinced that this was his script alone. I think that they took a lot of different ideas. I mean, Matt Reeves, it took him 2 years to even get the story right for them to start shooting the movie. What happened there?
Oh, I accidentally left.
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I thought, oh, what's this button do? And I'm like, what the fuck?
What's this button do? It says leave stream. He's like, what? Okay, let's watch just a little bit more of this, and then we'll move on.
Could not happen by accident in a million years.
No, I don't know about that.
Absolute, irrefutable proof.
Billion years? He's
Batman
not.
film
He's gonna die.
based directly on the plot that I gave.
But he's using like definitive words, like there's in a million years, and there's no possible chance. Like I don't know about that, dude. I don't know about that.
To Michael,
Hey, yo, relax.
Proves that every other similarity between my plot and the 2022 Batman film is not a coincidence at all. That is
Coincidence? I think
right there in the film itself. I defy Matt Reeves to stand in front of a camera and tell the world that out of all the millions of stories he could have written, he wrote a completely independent screenplay that not only mimics the entire complete plot structure of my story, but also magically accounted for these very, very specific rewrites of a story his own producer was holding. That is literally statistically impossible. If they don't step forward and voluntarily rectify the situation, this is the most egregious case of blatant story theft that I can think of that has come out of Hollywood in modern times. And these two guys will be more than happy to never have to comment on this and laugh all the way to the bank. And
all right, well, look.
Yeah, he's getting a bit too. If your script is taken, take legal action. Don't just keep.
But he can't, and he's not going to, because he doesn't own the character. It's their IP. They can do what the fuck they want. If I sent a script that was fired and they loved it, they don't have to, they didn't hire me to write it. You know what I mean? So if you're not hired to write it, you don't owe anybody anything. And there's no way to prove that they even did this. So again, I think it's like, the David and Goliath story where, here you have Chris Wozniak, who's the little guy, trying to make ends meet. And he's saying basically, they took this from me and that's not fair. And looking to get some kind of sympathy or money out of this. I don't really buy it 100%. I think that, if you're Chris Wozniak and you did write a script like this or a treatment, and you see a lot of the plot points and beats being used and maybe used in a little different way, I could see how you can kind of connect these dots and put this narrative together and feel very strong about it. But at the end of the day, let's put it this way. At the end of the day, Chris Wozniak's Batgate or Batman Gate theory, it falls in this realm for me.
This is bullshit.
I just think at the end of the day, it's bullshit. Okay. Yeah. Anthony, what do you think? Do you think this guy's legit, or you think he's just carving up some bullshit?
I have to err on the side of bullshit just because. Yeah, there's some similarities there, but like you said, they don't have to give him anything. They don't have to give him shit. And you're saying like because the character Batman isn't owned by either property who wrote a fucking script. So exactly. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. If like from what I saw from what that graphic that just came up, yeah, there's some stuff there, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right, Allie, what do you think? Legit or bullshit?
I think it's kind of a stretch. I do see how, I don't know, all of the similarities that he pointed out between his script and the movie, but I don't see why they would use something from that long ago in a movie. Like, why would they use a script from that long ago? I mean, movies do get made. Some people you will hear like directors or whoever say like, oh, I thought of this movie 15 years ago, or
Avatar to a long time to make.
Yeah, like things like that do happen, but I don't see why they would. If they did use some ideas from his script, what would be the problem in like giving him credit for, or like I don't see why they would try to like hide it or make it seem like it was all Matt Reeves, or you know what I mean? Like I don't see why that would be a problem.
Yeah, and so look, if you want to support this guy, go right ahead. I just think at the end of the day, I don't really believe it. I don't believe it. Ryan, are you still there? Do you have anything you want to add to this? Or are you gone? I think he's gone.
Yeah, I don't know if I can talk.
No, you can talk. You sound great.
Yeah, sounds
Okay.
great.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say, I'm not going to easily dismiss somebody. I mean, if he did do it, if that is genuine or whatever, because I mean, Hollywood people are pricks.
Yeah.
That's just the short of it. I mean, they'll sell their own kids for what, or their own mothers, to have a taste of, some property or whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's about, is there a way for him to prove it? I don't know. If he can prove it, then good for him. If he can't prove it, then I mean, unfortunately, you're just gonna have to take the L. I mean, they can look. Like I said, when Ben Affleck, the Batman, when that project fell, with Joe Manganiello and everyone attached to it, and it just went to the depths of wherever, and they'd already greenlit Batman, and they were like, yo, we'll do whatever we can to make a Batman film. I'm sure they went deep into their archives and were like looking at all kinds of shit. And I mean, who's to say that they didn't pull a couple things from him? Who's to say that somebody else didn't write something very similar to some of the beats that he had and they took from them? So I mean, to his claim that Warner Brothers had basically plagiarized his script or his treatment. If he has no leg to stand on, no proof, then there's really nothing you can do or say.
It's just hearsay at this point. It's his word against his.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, look,
there's not much we can do. We're just sitting back and getting the entertainment. He would need to lawyer up and try to prove his case and do whatever he's going to do. But inadvertently, by doing that, he's probably going to get blacklisted. So
yeah.
It's not worth it either way.
It's not worth it because you want a career. And right now, the people over at Warner Bros. Discovery are fearful for their careers because right now, as stated in the thumbnail, a storm is coming. David Zaslav and his team are chopping down trees and chopping down jobs left and right.
They're like across the world.
Across the world. Right here, I mean, that includes Max nonfiction originals, international acquisitions, casting, and previously reported live-action family originals, which are all either being scaled back or significantly or essentially eliminated. There was an article in THR saying that they're going to lay off another 70 people from HBO Max and Warner Brothers. So again, they're still getting rid of people. I mean, I know you merge a company together, but they're going to trim the fat, get rid of the things that they don't want. And so a lot of these people are on the chopping block. Now, I know that there was
Batgirl.
Like Batgirl. There we go. Now, I know that there was a lot of talk about how the Batman was not greenlit. I know THR reported that, how the Batman Part 2 has not been greenlit. But, I mean, really, if you look at what does it mean to be greenlit? You have to have a script. Well, yeah, you need. They got the okay to go into production. Right. But I mean, in order for it to be greenlit, like you're greenlighting production of the movie, you have to have a script and you have to have a budget set for it. They don't have either one of those. So I mean, I think they've already gotten approval to do the Batman Part 2, but it's not in full greenlit status because his script isn't even done yet. And if Chris Wozniak is right, it's going to be even longer before you get
it's going to be another 30 years before we get the Batman Part 2.
You're going to take a Darren
Aronofsky. 6 years to write it. Like, oh man, I never really written a script before. What do I do? I don't think that like he can't write a script for Batman on his own. I mean, like, no, yes, he can write a script.
He kind of looks like Ned Flanders, not going to lie.
Yeah, he really does. That's how he talks. He's like, oh man. But anyway, so he's firing people left and right. Which is crazy as it sounds, but I mean,
look what happened to the chef.
Look what happened to the cook. So they're continuing to fire more and more people over there, right? And so I mean, look, we know that Walter Hamada's job is kind of in flux right now. We've been hearing reports that he's in Antarctica, yes, but we've heard reports that he's going to get fired, and we've heard reports that they want him to stay. I don't know what the fuck they're actually doing with this guy because I mean, as it stands now, they have not been able to bring in somebody to take over for the DC portion of Warner Bros. Discovery, what we assume will be called DC Studios. They have not found a head for that division. Why is that? Like Ryan, now you're just called W. Okay, there we go.
Fucking hell.
I like how you switch over on camera.
I might have some information for you. My contract is going to be renewed. Yes, no. What was your question, little man?
I'm not a little man.
You're so cute, teeny.
Are
teeny
you going
tiny
to get
little man.
fired?
Also,
Are you-
TW, yes, soon.
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 That's crazy.
Soon. Y'all know what TW's talking about.
Listen, Mr. Johnson, Dwayne Johnson. We're going to make a lot of money.
Not talking
off
about
of
Black Adam at all right now.
you.
What are we
He
talking
said
about?
soon.
Gonna make money.
No, TW put in the comments. He said soon. Yo.
Yes, hashtag soon. We're going to green light the next Justice League movie.
Hashtag soon. Instant replay will be back, and football is coming.
Oh yeah, yes,
yeah.
instant
All of
replay.
us,
Another great property of mine.
Whoa.
Hang on. That's not a Hamada property.
That's another Hamada burger, if you will.
Okay, so here's another person from Warner Brothers, Warner Animation Group EVP, Allison Abbott. I think that's how you say it, Abbott. Anyway, who is a 20-year plus vet of the studio and has worked on several marquee animation films, including their original Space Jam, the Lego Titles
Which was
franchise,
another successful
And
franchise.
get out of here.
DC Super Pets is exiting. Okay, so
It wasn't a hit.
What's that?
Wasn't a hit.
It wasn't a hit. It wasn't a hit. It wanted to be a hit, but it didn't really pull it off.
Yeah,
Okay, Ann, come on. What? No.
Wow.
Let's shift that
And with a
stunt
plan.
then.
And with a plan.
And with a plan.
So again, more people are losing their jobs, and then we had some news today, non-confirmed, but could be a game changer. Let's go to that right now.
Super Pets 2 just got greenlit.
Whoever the fuck Cinestealth is, I don't know who the fuck this is. I think RJ knows because RJ was actually talking to the guy. But it says a super huge actor might have been cast as a villain set to debut in Loki season 2. If this is true, it would break the internet for several reasons beyond just hype.
Yeah, this was
And what is-
ridiculous. This was crazy.
And he goes, yes, I was hinting at
there
Henry
he is.
Cavill as, was it Hyperion?
Hyperion it is.
Okay.
Andre came in so aggressive
typecast
after that
much?
breaking news.
Yeah, so...
Whatever the
So now he's gonna play an evil version, like another a Superman type,
Yeah.
but an evil version.
So then Robert Downey Jr. is jumping over to the DC universe as none other than Batman,
Yeah.
millionaire philanthropist. You know, it's like what the fuck?
Chris Evans
This is the
will helm
stupidest
Superman moving
Vigilante.
forward.
shit I've ever fucking heard.
Right.
Look at, there he is right there. Look, there's RJ. Is this something you think can happen? Or is it being debunked? Wait, what?
Wait, what? How certain are you?
Why do people get so...
Okay, well, he
Oh,
says
man.
Cinestealth is reputable. He's followed by Daniel RPK and Big Screen Leaks. He's broken a few stories recently. Okay, well, I mean, we can give him that.
Yeah, but it's
however-
just like what?
RJ's fingerprints are all
So
over this,
stupid.
like Chris Wozniak's is all over the Batman.
Oh, well, there it is. There's the proof.
And that's the character right there.
Yeah, Hyperion.
Okay.
Yep.
That kind of looks like Ryan. That's all Andre would say.
That's crazy.
You guys,
What?
What?
Union Army.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
Uh-oh. Turn your camera off, Andre.
It's
Turn
happening.
your camera off.
you guys think that?
I don't know what you're
I
saying.
don't hear you. I want to take over.
Turn your camera off.
Turn the camera off.
It's been off. What are you talking about?
No,
It's
it's not.
We can still see
We've
you.
seen you the whole time.
Turn it off.
No one's ever really gone.
That's really different. But it's Marvel. What would that be for him as
Wow.
Superman?
That's horrible. I have no idea what you just said.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Somebody wants to hit
Oh
him.
my god. Turn your
What is happening?
motherfucking camera off.
Okay. So anyway, what do you guys think this means to the Marvel Cinematic Universe? I mean,
know. It's kind of fine.
there he is.
It's back.
Maybe,
Could be.
maybe not. Okay.
Could be.
I don't know. I don't think. Okay. What do you think, Anthony? Everybody knows what I think. What do you think? Do you think Henry Cavill could go over and be the Superman for Marvel?
Do I think
Same fucking character. They're not even gonna like give him a different character. Like, you can be Superman, but Marvel's version.
I think he could. Do I think Henry Cavill would do it? Probably not. I
don't think he would want to be like another Superman. Like,
yeah, that's because
there's nothing enticing about that, right? I mean,
there's also between the two characters, the richer history is in DC with Superman. Like, you know what I mean? Like not even just the actual being Superman, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to whatever character, because there's a lot of characters that they try to put equivalent to Superman in both universes. And look, there's nothing like playing Superman, and I think he knows that, obviously, because he said so on several occasions.
Andre knows what it's like.
So,
well, I mean, it means more not just on screen, but off screen as well, in front of kids and people, and you know, just whatever. I mean. You know, hey, 6 months ago he was like, you know, hey, the cape is still in the closet. With everything that Zaslav is doing, as far as bringing Ben back, the man that everybody was like, oh, he's gone, he's leaving.
Yo, TW, that's Axel made me into fucking Mean Nemo. I don't know why.
Wow, man, you're like, I'm gonna find that fish. I'm gonna find that fish. You're gonna find out today. You're gonna learn today. I'm gonna find that fish.
Also, Finding Nemo, the actual movie is fire.
It is.
It's a fire movie. It really is. It's a great movie.
Rory's good as well. I like that.
Yeah, it's fire. But yeah, no. I think if he had I don't see if he jumps across the pond, fine. I've seen a lot of actors do it. If he does do that, I don't see him picking a character that's as close to Superman as you can get.
The other reports of Reed Richards or Dr. Doom are more for me are more plausible than Hyperion.
What? Yeah, why would he choose that character to come back? Like I'm gonna be Hyperion.
I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna
and
be
he also
Superman, but better.
I want him to whip it up.
The only reason why an actor who played Superman at Warner Brothers would jump across the pond and play almost the exact replication would be kind of petty to me. And he doesn't strike me as the type of actor who's going to do some petty shit.
It's like, what's his name? Leto. Leto was Joker, and then he jumped over, and he was Morbius. Different character.
Different, yes, totally different. Yeah.
Different character. Totally different, just like, Zachary Levi. You know, he was one of Thor's, buddies, and then he went over and became Shazam.
Yeah.
You know?
His character. So it wasn't like he just went and did it because he was trying to prove a point or something.
Yeah. I mean, hell, even Digimon Aslu, jumping back and forth over to Disney and Marvel, playing all kinds of different type characters. He's not the same. They want to. I don't want to say want a challenge, but they want a different experience.
Right.
And why would Henry want to go and do the same fucking thing he did?
The same character.
And then, risk somebody saying, oh man, is this his range? Is this all he can do?
All he can do is play like a Superman type character? That's pretty limiting.
Get him to play Captain Britain because he's British and
no,
he'll never do that.
Spider-Man is British and he's got an American accent.
Okay, so we know that Batgirl has been shelved. But did you guys see this? This is from Batgirl Film News. They posted this.
Oh, they haven't.
This is really sad. Okay, so this is the little girl.
That little girl. I remember that girl.
Look how sad she looks, and she's on set. Batgirl.
That's the new sad Fleck.
It is the Batgirl of Glasgow or Glasgow. She wanted to meet her hero. What happened changed her life. Isla, not Isla Newbar, but Isla Sorna. Would go on the Batgirl set daily dressed as the character in hopes to meet Leslie Grace. Isla made headlines online and through the local papers about her exploits. One night, she met the directors Bilal Fallah and Adil El Arbi. I'm thinking Arby's.
That makes me hungry.
Who were closely following Isla's adventures online. Bilal and Adil were smitten by Isla and wanted to put her in the film. The day Isla received the call, it changed her life. So she actually has a scene in this movie. She makes a cameo.
Cool. Oh, nice.
So I mean, look, everyone's been saying like, hey, F Batgirl. I'm glad they canceled it. I'm out of
It's a lot of Snyder fans who are doing that. Like
it is, but at the same time, like like this poor little girl got a chance to be in this movie, was so excited for it, and it got taken away from her as well. So it's something to think about when you guys are out there, posting all kinds of crazy shit. Like at the end of the day, someone's movie got taken away from them.
Fucking relax, bro. For real. Like I saw some comparisons made earlier, and look, man. There was and I don't know if you want to bring this up.
That's not right.
Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, kids, they get cut all the time, man.
Yeah,
they cut fingers.
I mean, I'm sorry, but
finger.
What?
I don't know. What were you gonna say? They get cut.
They get
removed. He said they cut fingers.
Snitches get stitches.
But like Anthony's saying, though, I mean, like people are posting some horrendous shit out there. It's like, look,
yeah,
it's like a lot. It's mostly like Batfleck fans, like
right. Well, because I mean, it helps their narrative. It helps certain people's narratives that the studio's going to do certain movies that they've been wanting to see. And I understand that, but at the same time, a lot of people lost an opportunity that they put a lot of hard work into. And this little girl here, Isla. She got a chance to be in this movie in a cameo scene, and she's a big fan of Batgirl. I mean, it's really sad that like her, her scene, her experience is now just something. It's a personal experience as opposed to an experience that she can share with the rest of the world. So, having said that, it is a very sad circumstance.
And by the way, Snyder fans who are celebrating this, I really don't think Zach would appreciate you guys celebrating a movie that was taken away by other directors who worked hard on the film, and that was also taken by WB. So relax your bullshit and shut up. All right.
I mean, look. At the end of the day, it's like it's one thing to invest more money into the Flash and shooting new scenes or whatnot, like we're going to talk about in just a minute. And to try and revamp that movie, but it's kind of like, look, if you already invested this much money into Batgirl, how much harder would it be to reshoot Keaton scenes with Affleck if that's the direction they're going to go in, and still make the Batgirl movie, but have Ben Affleck as the Batman and make it have stronger continuity to your DCU universe. But now they can't because they took the tax write-off.
Yep.
What's up, Arkham Gaming? It's just really sad. I mean, Allie, like, what do you think about this poor little girl Isla not getting her opportunity to be in this movie anymore?
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, I'm sure that's it's disappointing. I mean, it's disappointing for a lot of people, and it's cool of the directors that they did that for her. You know, it was cool of them to do that for her. So, I give them credit for doing something like that, for noticing her showing up every day in her costume, and so that was cool that they did that. But I'm sure it's sad for her, for everybody who.
But I mean, there's also a lot of people that get into the movies as cameos or just as background, hoping to see themselves on camera or I'm sorry, on the screen. And maybe their part gets cut, or maybe the camera angle doesn't quite catch them. Maybe they're obscured by something or whatever. And who's to say what sort of or how much or what her contribution would have been? Would it have made the film? And at the end of the day, would they have been like, hell or high water, this little girl's going to get seen? But what if they had a cut back or cut down a scene or whatever that actually had her in it? It still would have been the same reaction. She still has the memory of doing, meeting the directors, meeting Leslie Grace, doing all that. And that's what's more important than did she make it on screen? Did she, did she get to see herself?
I'm saying it's still an awesome experience for her to have. And that's great.
Same thing with Brendan Fraser. That's
Brendan Fraser.
He was dealt a shit hand after The Mummy, and after the other stuff that happened behind the scenes. And then when he finally got like Doom Patrol and stuff like that, he's slowly coming back. This could have been a comeback thing for him, but unfortunately it's not, and it's just something that, hey, they took the tax write-off, and hopefully everyone can move forward amicably and say, hey, you know what? Let's go forward and celebrate what she did.
Yeah. Yeah, and this. I mean, obviously, like initially it's sad, but also going forward, if Batgirl's to be included in any movies, because I'm sure. Look, I'm pretty sure her scene, like what they were talking about here, was literally Batgirl does some fire like life-saving shit. And it's a thing with superhero movies. And then they do some fire shit and you look down and there's a kid who's like, "Oh my god, and it's happened in plenty other superhero movies."
Right, in Spider-Man with the little Iron Man.
Yes, so it could have been something that. Yeah. So who's to say that going forward, if somebody else wants to put Batgirl in their film, they might holler back at her and be like, "Do you still want to do this or whatever?" It's like I said, it's sad to see it happen like that, but it's she got the experience, and I'm pretty sure if any of us could talk to that particular young woman and talk to her, she'd probably be like, "Yo, the experience is what matters." Probably, you know what I'm saying? Because
memories is where it's at. That's what you take with you. You can't, and I'm sure she took a lot of maybe video or photos behind the scenes.
Yeah, dude.
All that, I mean, and so she's gonna have that, and I mean, there's been a lot of things where people have, gone in and been edited out of films or whatever.
Right, exactly.
And it's just, and, unfortunately, yeah, Matt, he's being sarcastic, but it is true, welcome to the business, because the business is about, making money.
But in the end,
it's not about, realizing anybody's
really gone.
Yeah, there you
go. But yeah. So
no one's ever really gone.
Well,
that is the clip.
Well, when you take a tax write-off, then they're really gone. Now, that's the case. I mean, look, they took a tax write-off. That means
they can't ever release it.
They can't ever release it
until it gets leaked online.
Live in infamy now, and now you created another faction of fans who want the Batgirl film released, and WB is like, "Oh well, we can't because we took a tax write-off."
Please everyone at the end of the day.
But I mean, I do believe. I do believe by doing this move, it was a power play move by David Zaslav to tell everybody else, "Hey, look,
he came to play.
He came to play, and if you're not, if your projects are not up to snuff, then I'm gonna fucking get rid of it."
Yeah, I just think he obviously doesn't care that it was in post production, that they spent the money. Yeah. He wasn't willing to do reshoots or push it back to make it better.
Well, so, they acquired the company after this had already been in production.
Yeah,
so they didn't spend the money.
No,
yeah, they didn't pay for it.
They get a tax write-off.
No, they didn't pay for it, but I mean, it was already in post production. So
and when he he saw the production, he was like, "Look, guys, I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care."
Yeah, this is exactly what David Zaslav told his executives.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's sad. It's sad because I mean, people worked really hard in this film, and they're just like, "Well, fuck, man." In fact, one of the directors was getting married, and they found out through social media, the New York Post, that the film got canceled, and that's how they found out. And they were like, "What the hell?" So they're calling their agents, like, "Hey, what the hell's going on?"
That's how professional that was.
There you go.
I mean, that is nothing compared to what Zach was experiencing.
Hey, but we're not comparing it to Zach right now. Zach's situation is completely unique. What we're saying is that at the end of the day, they still had their film taken from them. And I understand that Zaslav did this because, he's trying to make a point that these films, these projects have to be up to a certain caliber in order for it to be something that they're going to put their money behind. And I get that.
What caliber is that, though? What caliber?
I'm gonna go out on a limb. It's gonna be 40 caliber.
40 caliber.
No. The real serious question.
50 cal.
What caliber is that, though?
Apparently, this is the caliber that they want to go at in Black Adam.
I guarantee you right now, motherfucker, don't make something productive opening weekend clapping the rest. I'm telling you, anybody who's on fucking Zaslav's train right now because of what he did to Batgirl, let me tell you something. Let me inform you. You are in for a rude fucking awakening. That dude is gonna clap on your shit. Clapping, I'm telling you. Like this.
No.
No, there is no Kalel. No, there's Black Adam comes out opening weekend, doesn't bust a number that he think it should bust. Guess what's gonna happen to Black Adam? We're gonna withdraw it from these several theaters. We're gonna I'm telling you, Zaslav was bad news. I'm gonna go ahead and tell it right now. I'm gonna put my opinion out there. Bad fucking news. Dude cares nothing about people. All he sees is the bottom line, and that's fine to a certain extent. But when you start getting into the nether branches of these franchises he's taking over, DC, all of this shit, there's no. If you're just going to look at the bottom line, you're going to lose, man. You're just going to lose. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. I'm just telling you, you're gonna lose.
But that's the thing is that at the end of the day, now he's looking at it as like, okay, so we didn't pay for this movie. These guys did.
Yeah.
We're gonna cancel this movie, and we're going to take a tax write-off. So we're gonna get money back for this movie that we didn't spend. So they're gonna get like what? I forgot how much you said they're gonna get back, but like whatever, however many million they're gonna get back. That's
$1 million.
And what are they going to take that money that they just saved and put it into another movie? Damn no. He's going to take that money. He's going to say, guess what? Guess where this money fits very perfectly in my fucking pockets. Not putting that into any other project because I'm Zazov. And guess what's the most important thing to me? The bottom fucking line. Dude, he is not. I'm telling you, man. We're fucked. We're fucked. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you we're fucked. If I'm proven to be wrong, I will gladly step on any stage and say yes, I was wrong. I will tell you right now that dude is gonna fuck us all. We're all fucked. We're fucked, man. You think about a minor or minor.
What does that have to do?
He's getting fucked. So
exactly. Think about any character that you absolutely love that might be minor. And you think maybe they might get a movie?
They'll never make a movie about this guy here. Wait, can you guys see it? No?
What is that?
Yeah, you know why? That's Robin. You know why? That could be a fire film, but guess what?
What is that?
I don't think.
What is it called?
Red Robin.
Red Robin.
Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
You fucking serious? Damn it.
Hey, but guys, check out his fan film that he put together called Red Robin. Not to be mistaken with the restaurant called Red Robin, which is bottomless fries.
He's saying it's the chef's kiss.
Whoa.
The poster, and you can see it too.
It's fire.
Do you have a trailer, or is it just?
I'm working on a trailer. It is it's fine. But yeah, I am working on a trailer.
Okay, there we go.
By the way, cut. By the way, check out the video I'm sharing right now. It's pretty funny.
I saw this video. It's got music that I can't play.
Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna get hit with copyright, so that's why I didn't pull it up earlier. But let's go to this other article that dropped, which is very exciting news, I guess. J.J. Abrams' Justice League Dark is reportedly being developed at Avengers-style series.
Why does it be Avengers-style?
Like, what are we talking about here? I mean, like, what the fuck? Like, and then not to mention they put Batman in there too. From
Batman is going to be their selling point, dude. Batman sells.
But you know what though? I would rather see a Justice League Dark movie with Batman, because when he was in the animated one, I was like, that's cool. I like that.
It was hella dope.
He didn't do much in the animated
ones.
film.
But is this where we're gonna see Keaton?
Yeah, we're gonna see Keaton.
The Justice League Dark, especially when Batman would always be like when they would do something stupid, he was like, I love that shit. That shit was fire.
That's funny.
He was hella irritated.
Do you think that they would approach Ben to do that? Or do you think they would come up with a different Batman altogether?
I wish they could have just.
It's not Pattinson. He's doing it. They're doing a self-contained thing.
Here's the thing. That approach you just said, I think that's all wrong. If you're talking about Justice League Dark, you think Batman's the first character you got to cast? How about John fucking Constantine?
Like, not according to Sandman, right?
Of course not. Yeah, of course. Yo, that show's fire. Did you watch it, Ryan? You watched it?
I haven't seen it yet. Andre was telling me about it, so I'm gonna watch it.
It's a fire show. I'm actually gonna finish it tonight, but
he told me about Joanna.
Joanna Constantine. Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah, man. Hey, she's dope in it too, though. She's dope in it too.
No, she does a good job, but it's kind of weird how there's two of them, because he meets her earlier.
I'll do two of them.
I'll do all two of them.
The show's fire. If you guys haven't watched,
there it is. Justice League Dark. Night.
Yeah, I just saw it coming. I was like, "This."
There it is.
This is Joey's script that he sent to Michael Uslan that they're gonna rip off. It's called Justice League dark.
You better timestamp that email,
Yeah,
bitch.
Keanu Reeves
Hey,
waiting for his
Matt,
call.
Matt,
Hey,
Why
yo,
did that
man.
be Keanu? Like,
thought it was
yeah,
Let me
thought it was
see.
John
Whoa! What do you mean? Why it's got to be? Keanu was a fire.
but like, sure,
bro.
he's a
At least they let him smoke cigarettes, man. As much as I'm not a smoker, I'm just saying. At least it was true to the character. He was able to like at least smoke a cigarette on fucking
Bro, do you know
screen.
Matt Ryan, like the guy who like voices him, and like he was in
Because on
Legends.
television you can't smoke cigarettes, so they were just like let's the
But, like, still,
biggest
like,
the biggest.
And he was in the Harley Quinn show
actor-
recently.
Yeah.
Did you say the actor?
The
biggest factor. I said factor that one of Constantine's biggest traits is fucking he smokes cigarettes, and that's one of his problems. And you know, to minus that, just to put the show on television, relax.
What?
Relax.
what was that?
What happened?
I don't know.
What was
But so we'll see how that goes, how that kind of develops. Oh, what's up? Anthony Belcher just got here.
What's good? What's good?
That's trash, bro. That's trash.
I'm try. Yeah.
It's just gonna start filming next year, so I mean, look, I want to see Constantine.
So is
I wanna
Green
see
Lantern.
Justice League Dark.
Oh yeah,
There we go.
it's
Justice
gonna
League
be
Dark,
the year of
lights out.
heroes.
Lights out. There we go.
It's gonna be the year of heroes.
Green Lantern. He said, "So is Green." Justice League Dark lights out. Jesus.
Lights
What about
out.
Dark Apocalypse War?
Ooh, everyone's gonna be dying.
Yo,
on
that
one.
movie's fire though.
Yeah, that
Everybody-
movie is fun.
everybody
I did
knows that
watch
movie's
your
fire,
reaction to
yeah.
that. actually.
They would have
Like,
Constantine smoke candy cigarettes.
oh, what is that? Where's my bar?
Like in pixie sticks and shit, you know. So then, another bit of news that was
Pixie
revealed
sticks.
today. Today is Ben Affleck's birthday. So happy birthday, Ben Affleck.
Yes, have birthday,
Affleck.
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 Affleck's birthday is today. Now, guys, there is another report that's been rumored and not confirmed that Ben Affleck is going to return for additional photography for the Flash film. Now, if this were the case, I would imagine that this is going to be their way of changing the ending to the Flash movie, if that is the case. And that's all speculation. Anthony, what do you think? Do you think that he's going to come back and shoot additional photography for this film?
I don't think anything with him coming back is out of the realm of possibility after what we saw a couple weeks ago with the pictures of him and our Aquaman.
Momoa, yeah.
Momoa. I think
Momoa.
that's So if he does, look, man. If he does, I'm looking forward to that for sure. But right now, I think with him, the sky's the limit. I think he's kind of sitting in a position to where he can pretty much do what he wants. I don't think he has like big time slates coming up as far as his movies go. As far his
He's done with IPs and stuff.
yeah. So I don't know what like he has on his plate coming forward. But if he shows up in some stuff, man, I wouldn't be surprised. I think, seeing him with Momoa in those pictures they posted a couple weeks ago is pretty fire. So,
well, okay, now tinfoil hat. Okay, here we go. If in fact he is coming back for additional photography for the Flash, and let's say they are going to reshoot the end scene where now Affleck is there instead of Keaton,
And they
right?
restore the Snyderverse.
Yeah, and well, I mean, I don't want to go as far as they restore the Snyderverse, but they're going to restore the continuity and they're going to embrace the characters that Zach helped establish. Okay, like I feel confident saying that they will because all reports are saying that Zaslav wants Affleck and Cavill as his main Superman and Batman. Okay, now if that turns out to be the case, then yes, it would make sense.
If it's Hyperion.
He can't if it's a Hyperion, exactly. Because I mean, what we want to see is we want to see more of this guy, and we want to see more of Cavill fighting Black Adam. Would be really awesome. Maybe this is what we're gonna get, a Faces cameo like that. So I mean, if tinfoil hat, if you think of it that way, and there you go. If you think of it that way, I mean, it makes more sense to start to integrate both Superman and Batman, Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck, back into your universe because those are your staple characters. Those are the characters that are going to draw in the big audiences because they're established. And then you have the Zebraverse. And that one never got off the ground, unfortunately.
No, it did, and it's in production. It starts production actually in February, where a lot of them start.
What?
Steve, don't give him that kind of.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you, Steve.
Hey, yo, relax.
Hashtag Steve is right.
He could smoke bubblegum cigarettes
and poof out some dust.
But I mean, you see my point. I mean, Ryan, do you think that there was a chance that he is going to film additional scenes for the Flash?
Are you saying what, Snyderverse restored?
No, I'm asking you, is he going to come back and shoot additional scenes for the Flash?
That's
do
what
you
he
think this is
wants.
true?
Do I think he's doing additional footage, like shit that's never been shot before? That they're adding a new scene that was unscripted? No, I think
it'll
that
be. I mean, it's not
what
going
they're
to be
doing
off
is.
the cuff.
I think that they're. Yeah, hey, can we ad lib?
What was that build up? He was like, if they're going to shoot the most monumental scene in history on the biggest stage of all time?
No, I don't think that. No, what I think they're doing is they're simply just replacing what Keaton did at the end of
That's
the
how he
Flash.
said it, man.
I think that what they're going to do is the car that Zach was in, when he was talking to, or I guess I don't want to say flirting, but just sort of like being jovial with Alan Horn. He was in the car that was Bruce's car, and so if you remember at the end of the Flash when they shot last year, 2 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Keaton had that badass looking car. I was like, dude, that's fucking dope. I think what they're going to do is maybe, use that same car that Zach, was given or whatever. That would be cool if he loaned it. And let Bruce, our Bruce, Ben Affleck, drive up to the courthouse and say, hey, here we are. Your dad's exonerated. Supergirl flies out from, that's dope. That's a
badass car.
That is a badass car.
We got this covered.
They could do they could bring in the car that that Zach was given. Just say, hey, use it for this. And I think he would do it for Ben. Or they could just have Ben use this car if they still have it in their lot. Because they don't
could just use this car. I mean,
they could simply just
Or
use
they
that
could
car.
use the Pattinson Batmobile because that would be a connected universe.
Pattinson Batmobile that's connected. that actually is connected to the Fast and Furious franchise. It's totally different. Can't do that.
It stinks, and I don't like it.
FF, Fast and Furious. But no, so it all depends on what direction you want to go in. What's that?
What?
The Zebraverse is in production by Vivid Entertainment.
Oh, God, damn.
Hey, man, hey. Ryan went hardcore with that shit for like 5 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, my God. The Flash looks so happy.
He sounded like when everybody makes fun of when Lassie would come up to Timmy and give her retelling of what just happened. He's like, are they going to make the best Batfleck movie ever? Is it going to be Ben Affleck back in the cape and a cow? Is it going to have the same? I was like, whoa, relax.
Is it going to have the same strong intensity that it had in BVS? No!
Oh, man. Holy
what do you
shit.
think, Andre?
That's what he was thinking.
Man, my internet is tripping right now. I think honestly, if Zaslav, if the reports are true and that Zaslav does want Cavill and Batfleck
Connected to family.
family, there you go, right there. But no, if to me a smart move, no matter who you are, would say, hey, look, you're telling me you had Ben Affleck as your Batman and you had Henry Cavill as your Superman. Those are the two guys that you got to bring back, and you have to establish your universe around those two guys because those are your heavy hitters,
bro. You know what they can fucking do if they were smart as they're not smart, but maybe under Zaslav,
Okay, relax.
they should do a World's Finest movie, just like, hey, here's another one with reestablishing Henry and Ben, and just give them something else to do.
Right, but I think that you have to have them, and fingers crossed, man. But if there's some kind of cameo for Superman in Black Adam or Shazam, that would do wonders for DC. We know that Affleck's already going to be in Aquaman, and he's going to be in the Flash. And if the Flash ending is changed to where Keaton is not the Batman moving forward, to me that is the best move they could possibly do by retaining Ben Affleck. That's so much better.
Superman.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it opens the door for them to keep Superman instead of replacing Superman with Supergirl.
Will this be the greatest movie ever? Tune in next time. Same fat time, same fat channel.
The Fets are gangsters.
The Fets are gangsters. Oh, I forgot you had that.
Allie, what's your
Yes.
take on the report that Ben Affleck is returning for additional photography?
Yeah, I hope it's true because I think fans will be much more
You did a video on it.
optimistic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did
because it'll be much more optimistic. I think people will be much more optimistic about the Flash movie if we're getting like the feeling that the ending is going to be changed, because people like us fans
The
who are
new
worried
ending's gonna be
about
sad.
Ben being pushed out, who are worried about them replacing Superman.
We're worried
with
about Ben
Supergirl.
dying.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're kind of, since we know that the old regime was trying to use the Flash movie as a way to change everything moving forward, if they change the end or the third act of the movie, that could be a huge, everything so much revolves around the Flash. So that could be such a huge change for the for the DCEU. And if they're putting him, if he's going to be an Aquaman 2, I mean, you kind of have to change the Flash.
Well, it depends. Now,
it depends when they come out, I guess.
Right.
But
if Aquaman 2 does get moved to December of 2023, then dude, it's a done deal. Affleck is back.
But I think it's obvious. Like if we found out that accidentally that Ben is going to be an Aquaman 2, they cancel Batgirl, and if it's true that if they're changing the end of the Flash, which I don't think is a stretch, I think it's probably I think that could be pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they don't want Michael Keaton's Batman to take over being the Batman in this universe.
Whoever thought of that?
So I definitely think that they're trying to.
He's like, come to the big lick.
Big lick, come on, big lick.
Okay,
go ahead, Alex.
Uh-oh.
She's yelling.
She's getting pissed.
She's getting pissed.
Broken microphone.
Yeah.
She's
Whatever.
like, what'd you say to me?
What did you say? You don't
I'm
talk
gonna
to mama
light
that
you
way.
up when I get out of here.
Girl,
Oh, I know.
I'm about to snatch you up out of here. She's like, hell yeah, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Don't make me tell you twice.
I don't know.
But I mean, looking at it from a monetary point, or monetary, just money wise, it makes sense to me to go with Affleck, and at least go with Affleck as Batman rather than Michael Keaton. Because
because I mean, like Anthony said, and we've said this, fuck forever. Fuck. Keaton just doesn't make any sense going forward.
They're just trying to force it.
The one-off is
Yes.
fine.
Yes, and I think
But
it's more
you're trying
satisfying to see him like that. Like, oh, that's cool that they're kind of bringing him in for this one-time thing.
Look at how sad he is. He's like, he got his part cut. The director came over to him and was like, hey, do you want to be in the movie?
That's all.
And
Batman.
they put him in the movie and then they cut him out. And he has to live with that.
With his millions?
All he has is
millions spit on.
I mean, how do you market Batman once you've established that
him and that
Batman
little
going
Batgirl
forward?
are sitting in the same camp.
But they zoomed this picture out. He's sitting on a stack of money, and his arm is being held up by another stack of money.
It's like everything burns.
Everything burns.
It's not about the money.
But I mean, how do you market this? How do you say, okay, Keaton is our Batman. He's 70 years old. How do you market this Batman?
For what
You don't.
reason? There's no reason. Like, I'm sure
you market a younger Batman regardless, and you just have to hope for the best.
They were banking on nostalgia for Flash, but what was their plan to keep that momentum, that energy, that pace for Aquaman and Batgirl? No fucking sense.
You can't have a long-term plan with him as Batman. You just can't.
No. Well, I love Keaton. His was a monumental Batman in 1989. I even love the 92. That shit was, it's all great. But this doesn't work for now.
It doesn't work.
Man,
you have a Batman. Like, why are you gonna delete? Why are you gonna make him die? Why are you gonna make him? You're gonna
you market it to retirement homes. And look, I love Michael Keaton. Okay? Great actor. And I love his Batman.
Great flick. Great freaking flick.
So happy to be here. But the thing is,
against him, but
Exactly. And
I'm sure
I
when they
think
watch that
when-
movie, they're like, "Why are you having your established Batman dying?" And then now it doesn't. They're
But
just trying to force it because
but
they're
we
just
don't
like
know.
trying to
we
get
don't-
away from, Ben Affleck's Batman, Henry Cavill's Superman. They're just trying to use the Flash to force out those things and bring
Right.
in whatever. But moving forward, it's like, but do you have a plan though? No, you don't. They just keep telling everybody that.
And Starnoff had a plan.
He had a
and
plan,
he
and now it's
with a
stuck.
plan.
at
Now we're stuck where we are.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they're making those changes because
But-
you have a Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Just
don't know
use
the
him.
internal
There's-
discussions. We don't know if at
There's
one
no
point
reason.
Affleck told them like, yeah, I don't want to be Batman anymore. Don't worry about it. We don't
Well,
know if
I think that was
ever
because of the
even said.
people that was there.
I believe.
Yeah,
so.
and he was like,
I believe she's right.
So
yeah, because of
I
who
believe-
was
I
there,
believe
he was like,
she's
yeah,
correct
I'm
and
good.
Andre's wrong.
Then
I
there was
don't-
that interview where he was like, "I'm not Batman."
Yeah,
I'm
well,
And he's confused.
That was-
Yeah.
yeah. But Anthony was going to make a point. I wanted to hear Anthony's point.
No,
Yeah,
I think we all would have loved to just if the extent of did someone mention that? if the extent of Michael
Like,
Keaton's little comeback was just in the Flash and he just showed up to help him get back to his correct timeline, we all would have fucking praised that shit, dude. We'd have been like, that's a fire idea. But I think when it came to them saying, no, not just the Flash, but going forward, this 70-year-old guy is going to be your dude. And I
I
think
thought it would have been awesome as shit to like just have him sort of show up. Remember that one shot that they had of like the Flash and Batman sort of in fighting pose?
oh
Could've
yeah,
been dope
if he years ago at Fandom, like
yeah. If the Flash is sort of like was trying to get back to his normal universe from the Jeffrey Dean Morgan universe, and then just sort of like accidentally ran into to Keaton, that shit would have been like people would have lost their fucking mind.
Yo, it would have been dope. Also, that's something that I don't know how well they would have been able to keep it a secret. But if that's something that if you keep something, because if that was their plan, he just shows up in that movie.
Yeah,
Maybe you could have kept it a secret to a certain extent. And then if you see that on screen, you're like, you lose your fucking mind.
Yeah.
Because you don't, in the back of your mind, you're not thinking, well, going forward, they want this dude to wear the kit. No. Just in this, he just runs into him.
He's like, hold on, I haven't had my Metamucil.
Dude, not that, but something along those lines of he's old and he's
Anybody have a
still
boost?
able to help.
I like
that shit would've
chocolate
been dope.
boost.
That's it.
Chocolate boost.
God damn, dude, chocolate boost.
I prefer vanilla Ensure.
In the morning, I have a nice Carnation Insta breakfast.
Yo,
But it's more epic.
calories.
It's just a different, you're like, oh, that's so cool. It's cool for them to do something like that because it's unexpected. He came back for a one-time thing. But then you're like, okay, I think everyone kind of like backed up when they started saying, like Anthony said, everyone was like, oh, cool, he's going to be in Flash. But then people are like, whoa, wait, why is he going to be in Batgirl? Because then you're like, well, that means what's happening to Ben Affleck's Batman. Because
It was almost scary when you found out. It was like, oh no.
Yeah, because I mean, there was sort of that sort of, I don't want to say weird controversy, but remember when we were making fun of him back in the day? We were making fun of Batgirl's that mural, the Batman and Robin mural.
That's where all the problems started.
That's where all that started. We were having fun with it, and what they did was they muted Robin in it. They kind of X'd him out.
I don't like Robin.
Then they changed the personage of Batman because they
to look like
I don't want to
him.
say plagiarized, but they had taken from their comic book and just kind of put that on the wall. It was their art; they own it. But then we made fun of that, so then they were like, "All right, fuck it, just put Keaton on there." And they they did a picture of Keaton. I was like, "Who the? How did he just stood there and like, oh, this is perfect. Just stand right there,
like
Batman."
someone
It looked. I was like,
piece
dude,
of
this
who that is.
whoever did that fucking graffiti should work at the GCPD as one of
Yes.
those like profile artists.
I was thinking that. I was like, no one's going to know exactly what Batman.
Like,
he's not
dude,
going
how
to
the
look
fuck?
exactly like him because you're not supposed to know
You're
exactly
not
what
supposed
he
to
looks
know
like.
who he is.
Yeah, you would have to know
so
what his face
that
looks
part
like.
was dumb as shit.
Oh, man.
That was so stupid.
That's
But
what I
we made
mean.
fun
They're
of
just trying so hard to force it down everyone's
they were
throats.
trying
Like,
hard to force. That's why, dude. They
Yes.
listened to the fans, and I don't want to say it was us, but I can't remember anybody else that fucking clowned on him like we did. And they changed it because of fan reception. And
we made fun of it every day. It was like,
yes,
because
I put that illustration out there.
As soon as it got dropped, somebody figured out exactly where both images came from, like immediately.
Yeah.
And then they were fucked. Because then they were like, oh shit, they figured it out. Like, oh crap, we got caught.
Yeah. It's just.
And at first we thought, maybe it's kind of caught. It's in the background, and nobody's really gonna see it. But then somebody was like, no, that's like a centerpiece. She's gonna look at it and she's gonna get the idea for Batgirl from that mural or whatever. And I was
feel like they would have made it like, you're looking at this. This is Michael Keaton's Batman. Like, don't get it twisted.
And you would have saw in the bottom corner, it would have been Leslie Gray. She would have been looking at it like,
yes,
I know.
Probably in street clothes, probably not in her. You know what I'm saying? Her.
Yeah, she'd have like an oversized hat,
walking
and a bag, and she's on her way to the market, and she's like,
she got an oversized hat
Batman.
on.
Oh, and is that Robin? Oh no, he's dead. He did.
He did.
Nah, but it wasn't. When
underneath it would have said R.I.P. Dick Grayson, and then scratched out. I mean R.I.P. What's the other one? Jason Todd.
Jason Todd. Yeah, exactly.
and then signed by Jeff Johns.
Oh gosh. It just, I'm trying to find a shot of that mural, but yeah, it was just like, what are we doing here? Like, first of all, why would you?
Hold on, I'll find it. I had it.
You had it.
It was on my thing. I posted comparisons and shit.
No, but like going back to what Ali said, I mean, when I found out that, Keaton was going to be in Batgirl, it was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's when shit got real. It was like, oh God, what's happening now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Finding out that he's going to be in movies that were supposed to come out after The Flash, you're like, I don't trust this because that's.
Right.
No.
Made no sense.
I wanted to see Brendan Fraser, but I mean, this looks a little.
I want him to whip it out.
Look at that picture. I'm like, what the hell?
That don't look too bad though. I mean, for an organic Firefly, that looks kind of dope, man. Then the mask looks fucking weird.
The mask looks weird.
The
mask looks like it's straight out of fucking SpongeBob.
Yes.
It looks like it's straight out of fucking Saw.
When Ryan posted that shit, I did think it was funny, pretty hilarious. Like the actual mask itself. But as far as if they were looking for some organic shit, look. As far as Batgirl goes, I think when it comes to some issues that us as content creators and people who talk about this stuff, Firefly was far from the problem we had with Batgirl.
Yeah, it was
Michael Keaton supposed to be in there fucking cutting chops down. You're like, wait a minute, 70-year-old dude, he's about to be cut? No, or 70-year-old dude's about to be some kind of, I'm not going to say positive influence on Batgirl, but at the same time, it just doesn't fit.
Yeah, you should
Ali, you had a point, Ali.
We should jump off this gargoyle together.
It would have felt so out of place seeing Michael Keaton's Batman in these other movies. Like, I don't care how they would have tried to explain it in The Flash, because we all know they're just trying to force it. There's no genuine intention to have, they had no genuine intentions to have Michael Keaton coming back to move forward. Like I said, for a one-off multiverse, cool. That's genuine. That's a cool homage, just like with Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
It was, we all knew, of course they denied it the whole time, but we all know we're going to see them. And it's just like, this is going to be awesome. But with Michael Keaton's Batman, it's just like, they're trying to force it. You're like, no, you have a Batman. Just use him. Why would we don't? It would feel so weird to see him in Aquaman and in Batgirl. It's just no. It would feel so out of place and weird, no matter how they had tried to explain it with the Flash. Like, the directors were confused about it. That's not a good sign.
Okay, I found it.
Like,
right when I found it.
They don't know why they were going to use Michael Keaton.
I mean, what was the point of having Robin even on there if you're just gonna draw all over his face?
Well, here it is. Here. Okay, so this is the comparison I did a long time ago. This is the Robin from the comic, and they faded him, and then they wrote over him, and then they took that picture of Keaton and they just put it on the other Batman, and it was just like, what? made
that's
no
like
fucking sense.
there's no way a graffiti of Batman would look exactly like him.
There's
like
no way.
That's
No.
just
Yeah,
not
and
realistic at
You're
all.
expecting everyone to not know who
Like-
that is.
And Bruce
Literally-
Wayne is a recognizable,
Yeah.
like famous person.
Figure in
Bruce
Gotham
Wayne
City,
was
yeah.
in the retirement
Like,
home.
Yeah, in the DC world, like okay, in that world, people know who Bruce Wayne is, and you're expecting. him to be
Look at his
like that
face
and
right there. That's ridiculous. That
should
is
not look-
Yeah,
That's
I'm
ridiculous.
sorry.
It should not be a carbon copy of what he looks like.
No.
That is
He-
not. realistic
he was
at
like,
all.
hold still, sir.
Like
Yeah.
with this image right here, you can almost identify him. Like, hey, that's Bruce
Yes.
Wayne.
No, that looks
Yeah.
just like Michael Keaton. If you saw that anywhere, you'd be like, "Oh, that's Keaton's Batman."
Who drew this? Dawson?
What's up, Venom? Good to see you, buddy.
what?
Nothing.
I wonder
Who's
if
Chris
they did.
Wozniak?
And I
I wonder if they did this to Robin in this mural because it was supposed to be like, I don't know, something to do with like you guys
the
said.
directors
If,
put him in there, and then somebody fucking like lost their minds, like Robin's not supposed to be in there. So then what they did was they faded him out,
Mhm.
and then they drew CFG on top of it and put some white snow and shit. And they were like, okay, no one will recognize that that's Robin.
Oh my! At that
Little
point, just
did they
remove him from the
know.
damn thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then look
Man, he
at
stuck him
Keaton,
away.
right? They put him over the other drawing,
Yeah.
and they put this big old A with all this shit in the way. So I was like, you can't really see a transition anymore.
That
So
A
they're like,
is
okay,
actually
yeah.
an anarchy symbol.
yeah,
Well, yes,
Mhm.
that is true. Axel, thank you for that.
Yeah,
The anarchy logo.
yes.
But look at this though. Look at the shading on. No, go back. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry.
Hold on, I'm trying to-
Phil, what are you talking
Okay,
about?
add it to the screen. Add it. Oh, there it is.
Okay, so look at the color of his cowl right here, right? It's like a
Yeah.
brown almost.
Yeah.
And you look
Yeah.
at the rest of his suit. It's like black. So it doesn't even fade right.
and
That's
to
too-
me,
No.
this looks
It's
like
dumb.
this doesn't look like a mural that'd be painted on a brick wall. This looks like when you print something, like it looks like it's printed on there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't look like a painted mural in my
No,
opinion.
I
even
agree.
the bricks are probably printed, so the whole thing's a print to look
No,
like
no, no.
bricks
I
with-
know, but in the movie, it's supposed to be a brick wall, right?
Here we
Yeah,
go. Phil.
yeah.
Wozniak
It
is
doesn't
full of
look
shit.
like that. It doesn't look like it was painted or
Phil?
graffitied
And so,
on a brick wall.
I know this was. Oh, there it is. So this was one of my, thumbnails for the other video.
God
Will
damn it,
Batgirl
you
fail?
predicted
Look,
it.
I was telling the future. I had no idea. I wasn't talking about that, but that's the other Batman. You can see right there that they
Yeah.
did. All they did was just
Yeah.
replace him with
Mhm.
the Keaton Batman, and
Which is
Robin
ridiculous.
is hiding behind
All the
Silverstone. No,
It
no,
just
right
looked
there.
very
Under
fake.
the A.
Yellowstone.
He's looking down under.
It was just crazy that they even did
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. I think it just shows how desperate they were for they wanted fans to
Yes.
accept so badly that Michael
Yes.
Keaton was going to be the Batman moving forward, and it's like, they like I said, they were just trying to force it so
Mhm.
like they were just desperate. Like, okay, you love Michael Keaton's Batman, right? So why don't you? No, yeah, okay, at that time, sure, but
It was force fed.
you don't need to have him now.
No.
Like, what's the
I'll
point
tell
of
you,
starting
man.
a whole new live action universe if you're just gonna do that?
Yeah.
You
Him
have a
him
universe.
just showing up in the Flash, and then like after helping Barry save the day at the end, he just pieces him out and he just goes on about
Yeah.
his business, goes back to his universe or
His
whatever.
world.
That would have been the
Mhm.
most fire thing we've ever seen, and we would have been like,
Yeah.
"Yo, what a dope ass cameo for Michael
Yeah.
Keaton."
It
Instead,
takes
they-
Batman to
I
replace him.
wonder if that's what they. I wonder if that's what Andy Muschietti originally wanted to do. I don't.
Probably.
I feel like he wouldn't want to have him moving forward.
There it is. Yeah, there it is.
Like I feel
Yep.
like
That's the
Yeah.
original right
yeah,
there.
there
Yep.
you go.
They should have
That's
gone
the
like
original one.
graffiti artists, like they did with the Spider-Man games. Like they got graffiti artists.
yeah, they should have, but they
They've done
just they were like, no, we want to see this. And the other person that broke down, where they got Batman and Robin, and then even the background was something different.
Yeah.
They put it all together.
They put it
Yeah.
all together. And then at this point here, it's like you don't know which Batman this is. Based on his suit, you would imagine that this is Keaton's Batman. But once this got out,
Yeah,
they were like, okay, panic button. All right, just fucking make it Keaton. But it could have been, okay, so again, tinfoil hat, it could have been that they weren't sure which Batman they were actually going to get. And then once they got
because they kept
confirmation,
doing stuff like this.
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah.
See,
See, that's what I mean. I feel like the directors for Batgirl and probably Adam Muschietti are probably like, why would Michael Keaton be the one who makes it at the end of Flash? And
They
why
said, is this the right there was, as I was saying,
Exactly.
dude, even it was confusing back then.
And if the directors were if they put out there that they asked the studio,
And I even
why are we using Michael Keaton's Batman? We never got a straight answer.
Well, no,
Obviously,
the directors literally said, basically they were told
we
to
have
have him in there.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
they were also like, we don't
We have a
know where this
plan.
fits in everything
It's
else,
the
but
spaghetti
we're just told to
universe.
film this.
It's the
But that
multiverse.
just goes to show
spaghetti.
you that
Yeah.
they did not have a idea of who was going to be Batman going into this film. All they knew is that Batman will be in this film. Most likely, they probably thought it's gonna. Oh God.
That's wait a minute. What is that? What is that? What is that?
You know exactly what that is, Anthony. You know exactly. The Zebraverse. It's coming in February. Vivid Entertainment. Thank you very much.
What is Vivid? Is that like a porn
Vivid?
industry? Yeah, there they are.
There
Why
it
did
is.
you whitewash Cyborg? I'm not even
So this is what we were going to get.
Get out of here.
Man,
Oh,
there it is.
Yep.
There it is.
That's
That's
scary.
our Batman.
Sleepy Keaton.
Sleepy Keaton.
Sleepy Keaton.
Why would they make his mouth like that?
He did
He's
that.
like, it looks like he
that's a,
wants
that's
to
a life
kiss someone. It's like,
Yeah, they put the
Yeah.
Well, I know it's a cast, but that's kind of scary.
He's like,
it's
No,
what
he's
most-
like, they pucker up.
most actors like who get their shit
Look at
cast
you,
for whatever
you-
reason. It looks
You wanna
weird.
kiss the
Yeah, I guess that would. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
This one's
It
actually
reminds me
pretty
of
detailed. There's a lot of
Sebastian
There's
from
a lot of
Little
detail in it,
Mermaid.
yeah,
with
like
the pucker up your
wrinkles,
lips.
lines, and
Yeah.
everything.
Look at this.
Yeah.
it looks like Andre when he's sleeping. That's what Venom.
Well, how do you know what I look like when I sleep? That's
Oh, Venom.
scary.
Oh,
Oh,
that's what Venom said in the comments.
No, we're talking about you, man. How you know?
What? I mean,
how you doing?
he
There you go.
claims he's in Australia right now. He's probably in California.
yeah,
There you go. There it is. There it is. There's a big update. Black Adam. And there
What?
is.
I don't know
Okay,
if Anthony's
relax.
noticed yet.
Relax.
Hey, wasn't that one, like Jason? Wasn't that one you did of Anthony?
It took
and
a while
Cody
to
Emmerich?
notice. He's like,
Yeah, because
I know. He's like, what we looking at? What we looking at?
I
He was
was
like,
reading
wait, did he put some hair?
Yeah.
Okay, no hair. Okay.
No hair. Yeah,
But
no
see,
hair.
that
This is
guy,
the team.
whoever that video
This is
was,
it.
did make some valid points.
Like you have the Green Lantern in the back.
Got Green Lanterns in there. Everybody's joining. Everyone's joining, and
Everyone's
they want to be
joining
a part
in.
of that.
Everyone's
And they're
joining
and that's their adversary. That's their adversary.
Me?
There it is.
Oh
Oh God,
Yeah,
this is
I
so
don't know.
stupid. All right, guys, that's all the time we have for today. Look, we were going to talk a little bit about Ezra Miller. You know, at this point, I think that I don't even know anymore. I want to say that they probably moved on already, WB, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know for sure. But in any event, look, we're out of time. That is a fire
Oh, that's
picture.
dope.
That's what we want, dude. That's what we want.
Bro, let me tell you right now.
Just
Best
give us
Batmobile.
that.
I'm sorry, best Batmobile.
Best
in
Batmobile.
live action right
Best
there, man.
Batman.
Best,
Like
best
I love
Batman.
Keaton's
Batman.
Best
Batmobile as well,
Batman
but
ever.
this
Oh fuck you!
right
Phil.
here, dude. It's fucking
Look
dope.
at it. Just look at it.
Just
I know.
breathe it in.
Breathe it in.
Woo!
Fear.
And seeing it in action at BBS, get the fuck out of here. That shit's fire, dude. Let's
Oh, Jason says there's another one.
That was another one. Okay,
Uh-oh.
I'll look for that.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
Ryan, unless you have it. Yeah, Ryan's getting it right now. Let's see.
God damn it, Phil. Phil doesn't like me.
Bill Connors.
I love you all, except you, Droga. Oh!
What's up, man? So here it is. Martian Manhunters joined the team somehow.
Oh, God.
There
What the
we
hell?
go.
And then there's
Daw-
the Adam.
Hey, Dawson's like, dude, those guys look amazing.
Yeah, no, Dawson.
He's like, hey.
hold on. There was one with Dawson. There's one with Dawson real quick before
Yeah, he
we
was
head
my
out.
vigilante. in Beast.
Hold on, this was amazing. I loved this one. Hold on, it was right here. It is. Here it is. All right, so let's put that back in there.
I made that one.
You did make that one, Droga.
Yeah.
You did make that one.
It's true.
I did that one.
Well, there's another one I'm trying to find. Hold on. Oh, my God. Where is it? Fuck.
You can't find it.
Can't find it.
Before we wrap it, before you find it, just real quick final thought. Michael King, we love you, but The Flash is where we want to see you. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, you come back out. You don't have to do much. I'm sure there's 17 stuntmen that do everything that you do in the movie, so your face is implanted on everybody's body. We got that. That's all we want to see, though. I mean, maybe
We want to see your body.
there. No, relax.
That's a great one. That is a great one.
He's eating some Turkish delight.
Turkish delight, man. No, it's a box of Twix. Whoa! Hey!
There's a snake
Oh,
in my booth.
man.
He's
Hold on,
watching
hold on.
Woody. He's watching Woody.
He's watching Woody.
That's
And
what
then
he
there's this
watching
one
on
here,
TV.
Ryan. Before we go, I did want to share. There's a
Oh.
new update from Dawson's comic called Savage.
Savage.
As you can see, it's a
Savage,
picture
yes.
of Ryan wearing a helmet.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Yo, that helmet's fire. That helmet's
Yo,
fire.
I know.
Look, there he is.
Yo, I mean, that's completely different, guys. My eyes aren't black like that.
Yeah, it's true.
That is true.
don't have demon eyes.
Is there anyone there? There he is. Oh, it just repeats.
Okay. There you go.
There you go.
I gotta get something.
All right, you guys, let's go around the horn. Anthony, where can they find you?
Yeah. Find me all forms of social media at 2279ACS and _ that for Twitter and the ACS Universe on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And here on Mondays, as you can see, Thursdays for Nerds, man. My show will be back on Friday and World's Finest on Sundays, man. And coming real soon because football is fastly approaching. It's fire. Yeah. So starting Tuesdays, in just a couple weeks, Instant Replay will be back, and we'll be going until February. So there you go.
There we go. Allie, where can they find you?
Yep, YouTube channel Super Hype, Twitter at Super Hype DC. I'm on TikTok now. I don't know how much I like it, but
I only see commercials. Whenever Allie
I've
comes up,
been
it's all
starting to see
commercial.
them now too. When I open it, I'm like, what is this? It's an ad. I'm like, okay, I don't know. It's a little, I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not, but
Same, Allie, same. I'm on the same boat. I've been on there for a little bit, but it's
I thought it was going to be a little, it's not as straightforward.
says the
oldest
TikTok
man.
veteran.
No, I'm not the
He's
oldest
like,
one here.
He's like, yo, the TikTok veteran. My experience is great.
I like messing with some of the
I have
filters
5
on there.
videos on TikTok.
But-
Relax.
I'm like,
And you know what? It's like it uses a lot of battery on my phone. Am I the only one?
it
who-
does.
Yeah, you gotta
Right?
close it. You gotta close it.
I'm like, it's making my phone
Wow.
hot. I don't even scroll. I just post my thing. It
Mhm.
takes like, I don't know if I like it, but anyway,
Yeah.
we'll see
Hold
how it
up,
goes.
my computer's fucked. Hold on, where is it?
I was like, oh, it's kind of a more
So
oriented
now you're
social
part
media
of the
thing,
Georgia
but
Union Army.
Yeah.
Does he look like a bitch?
Axel, where can they find you?
You can find me at Droga 52.
The Techno Union Army.
That's probably what
You can find me at Droga 52 on YouTube and
on what?
what?
On YouTube?
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Oh, okay. He's
What?
What?
Okay.
So yeah, you can find me on Twitter by Axel R. Droga, and on Instagram. Yeah, that's it.
All right. And Ryan, where can they find you?
You can find me on TikTok as well. that was my one fan. She was really excited.
now she's like, oh shit. They're probably like that.
Yeah, that was legitness. Yeah, it was. Huh?
I'm a cybernetic.
What the hell? Cybernetic what? Anyway, you can find me on TikTok, and I'm going to be releasing my Blue Beetle video on YouTube tomorrow for my Tuesday night draw. So check
Nice.
that out and let me know what you guys think of it. It will be shown in Project Justice League 2.
There we go.
Fire.
There we go. And guys, you can find me right here on Nick Tina Show every Monday. Also on the Four Nerds Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. on the Four Nerds Network. Obviously, subscribe to all their channels: Zebrafet, ACS Universe, Super Hive DC, and you can follow Axel on Twitter with the deviant art. Make sure you smash the like button. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Consider being a member and join the Patreon. I do drop some stuff on Patreon. I try and do as much as possible.
All new, all improved, all knowing, all new. All
I tried to turn it off. You turn it on.
So definitely check that out on Patreon and support the channel. And we'll see you guys next time. Is a good supporter.
Yeah,
I'll see you guys later.
Peace out.